Okay, Stu, just to explain, we probably might get a few more viewers tonight because a lot of them have been watching me play snooker.
Is this what's happening here?
Yeah,
Some
so
kind of surprise in your Easter egg.
I'm opening my Easter egg. We've got a hero's egg, so that's what I'm having.
Well, let's find out what's in it.
Oh, I'll tell you what I've got. Hold up. I've got I don't know, Cadbury's cream egg twisted thing, fudge, dairy milk. I don't know, chocolate. Oh,
do you have to,
Easter, everybody.
do you just
Hooray for zombie Jesus.
do you have to get the do you have to get the sound effects out your system or something?
It's one
No.
for everything. I'm telling you now.
I just thought it would be fun to add to the moment with a little sound. Maybe I should.
agree.
Maybe I should just be silent all podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stop being
We've got
so
Cranky Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ask you. I think I ask you this question every year, Duke. Do you do Easter over there? Do I ask this
Well,
every year?
if by doing Easter you mean go to brunch and have a Bloody Mary, then yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
if you
just
mean
get-
celebrate the
Thanks.
rising of Jesus after 3 days of death, no.
There you go.
I can't be a Christian because they demand loyalty and exclusivity, just like Islam. I can't do that. Jews are like, you could be with us, not with us. It's okay, whatever.
There you go. I feel
And I
much better.
can't have
knowing that.
Judaism because of my mom. So there you go.
Brilliant. Right. Anyway, now we've got that out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that means you're not eating a chocolate egg.
Not right now. I did have a container of them on my desk for a while, little tiny ones, but they're all gone.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew?
Are we
Right,
ready?
I think
Yeah.
so. Are we ready?
We want Chili Willy! We want Chili Willy!
All right.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Yeah, come on, get down.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. Hey, reviews and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Oh, I need your advice.
Yeah.
See, I got this friend named Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
Oh, no.
Hey! Joey Jojo!
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Press repeat, yo.
Here comes the Figure Man! Yeah!
Hello.
Kid.
Yeah, exactly. Hello and welcome to episode 485 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 485, and we are big gamers who are going to thrive, because I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I'm the real Chinny.
There you go.
So I have with me, ladies and gentlemen, not the real Chinny, my brother. He's an imposter. I have my father with me, who's the real Chinny. Isn't that right, Dad?
Yep, that's right.
There you go. So,
The
so
original.
Papa Chin.
my brother can go on and talk a load of shit with his mouth, right? But my dad was the original one, all right?
Yeah,
and he ain't happy
true.
about it. He's fuming. He's sitting next to me. He's just smashing everything. He's kicking off, all right? You should see him. He's just gone crazy. And he's also had a few to drink today. Is that right, Dad?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
let me ask you this, Mr. Chin, since your son
hold
brought
on,
up... the
hold on,
issue of-
Duke. He can't hear you. So let me pass on the headphones to. There you go. Dad, can you hear them? Can you?
Hello, Stu.
And
Hello.
Eric is there as well.
Hello, matey.
You all right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, there you
Great.
go.
So let me ask you this: since Mike brought up the question of alcohol, how do you feel about his teetotaling? Does he ruin events by his refusal to take part in the drink?
No. He always takes part in the fun. No,
Oh,
you
okay.
don't. No, you don't.
I got you. And do you also enjoy video games the way your sons do?
Well, I used to years ago, but I got a bit of vision problem now, so I can't really play them. But I used to love them. I used to play Bomberman and Mario and what have you.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah, can I ask you, what do you think about Pete claiming he's the real Chin in all of this? What do you think?
see, he's only the real Chin. I'm the real Chin.
There you
Yeah.
go. You see,
See,
he's just an imposter, man. I mean,
That's
without
it.
your
That's it.
without your sperm, he wouldn't exist.
Well, this is why I come here specially to tell you who the real Chin is.
There you go. You see, no real Chin.
Anybody
There's
tells
no
you any
real Chin.
anybody tells you any different, I'm the real Chin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Excellent.
I think that's cleared all that up.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Right.
I always remember you. You know, when I remember you, I always think about hot dogs. Can you remember when you cooked them hot dogs at Mike's birthday party?
Is that me?
That's Stu, yeah.
On the barbecue, you mean? On the
Yeah,
barbecue?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Well, every time I think of hot dogs.
Brilliant.
But always remember this, Stu. Always remember this. I am the real Chin.
There you go.
I think I'll remember. I'll definitely
See ya.
remember.
Bye-bye.
I'll remember
Well,
who
thanks for
it is.
stopping by, Mr. C.
So there you go. Right. So if my brother gives you any more shit, right,
Yeah.
just
Let
remember
it be
that.
It's
said-
like,
As soon as Mr. Chin showed up, Stu started bringing up his sperm.
Yeah. There you
and,
go.
well, you got look. It was just the first thing I thought. Anyway, here's the thing, though. That was like a drunk version of Bob the Businessman. You
A
know what I
little
mean? He was good. He was good.
Just an update for you. First of all, hello to the listeners that have found this channel through Snooker. You're going to get a very different show tonight, so I apologise, and I very much
Snooker.
welcome the unsubscribe that you're going to give us after listening to the show.
Yeah, it is because I ain't
No,
talking
they
no
came for
snooker.
the snooker, but they stayed.
I'll
for
be
the
talking. I'll be talking Snooker. Don't
and
worry.
jokes
But
about sperm.
I'll be talking about Snooker. Don't worry. But I have to go to drop off
Right.
my dad, who has had a few.
It's probably a
and-
good idea if I'm
Yeah,
being
I
honest.
need to drop my mom and my dad. So I'm gonna the stream's gonna go. I'm not,
Yeah,
you know, and then
yeah,
I'm just gonna mute
yeah.
the mic, and then I'll be back in probably about 30-40 minutes. Okay.
Right,
You're leaving
okay.
me alone with Stuart.
You're fucking leaving me alone with Duke.
All right. Bye.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
Bye.
God, he's going. Right. See you later.
Oh man.
Right, well,
Why do you always not shut up?
so here's the thing, right? People who've tuned in to listen to Snooker, you're in for a disappointment for the first 40 minutes because, yeah, we ain't going to be talking about Snooker, are we, Duke?
Absolutely not.
Nope. None of that balls.
Take your snooker dreams and shove off.
Yeah.
And by the
Talking
way, in case anyone's curious, we are not military veterans.
No,
are
we
veterans
are
of the
not.
lifestyle.
Do you know, as well, I've lined up some very good clips of the stuff I've been playing this week, and we ain't going to get to see them either.
Oh, great.
I know.
Just maybe we could just tread water for 30 minutes until he gets back.
I don't think we could probably get away with that.
I think we
Yeah.
can get away with it from who?
I don't know.
The Duchess
But-
is trying to put cleaning solution in the dog's ears.
That's a weird thing to do. What, like bleach or something?
No, it's cleaning solution.
I don't
It's
know.
like
That's bleach in my
diet-
idea.
You put bleach in your dog's ears?
No, I haven't got a dog. That's why I'm saying it's a bit weird. You're putting bleach in your dog's ears.
I'm not putting bleach in my dog's ears. What are you
God,
talking?
you need to be reported to some animal cruelty thing there.
You know what's funny is if you pretend like someone's doing something bad and then you say you need to report, hey, why are you smacking Millie in the face with a barbecue fork?
Never did that. Never did that. Anyway,
I think it's time we had a song.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story
May
time.
the gods have mercy on our souls.
Yeah,
Jimmy's gone
so
2 minutes and we start
Ginny's
devolving.
fucked off, and he's
nonsense.
left it with us two to be a complete car crash.
Apparently.
Anyway, we had our first outdoor film last night of the year.
What was the film?
Well, this is the thing, right? I was like, let's watch Superbad because that's a funny film.
It is a funny film.
It's a funny film, and it's
Yeah,
witty, and it's
loving-
pretty sharp. It's good. So we started watching that, and then Millie's like, I don't know, this is not very funny. Why is this funny?
Damn.
So
She's throwing shit.
then, I know. Then she demanded we watch Sing instead.
Sing? That's the name of the
Sing.
movie.
It's like a Pixar thing.
You know what you need to watch is a movie that we watched last night called Advantageous. That's a
What's that
good
about?
movie.
What's that about then?
It's about a future society where economic strata are especially harsh, so that this woman is really desperate to get her daughter into this school, and she gets pushed kind of to the edge. But it's more of a psychological film than it is, a social portrait. It's really understated. There's some interesting concepts in the movie. I don't want to say too much because it'll spoil things, but it's really good.
Does someone get shot in the face?
No.
Oh. Does someone get like mutilated in some way?
No, not really.
I don't know. It doesn't sound very exciting. Sounds way too academic for me.
Yeah, because nobody gets shot in the face or mutilated.
Yeah.
Therefore, it must be academic.
It sounds academic.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a good movie. Everybody out there listening, check out Advantageous. It's a very, it's a sleeper science fiction film. Very good. Thumbs up.
Anyway, we should talk about games maybe while we're waiting for Chinny
should.
to-
I have a story about games.
Oh, I like stories about games.
So here's the thing. It was my spring break week, right? Picture it.
Spring break, so you can like play loads of games, got time on your hands.
Picture it. Sicily, 1937. So it's Tuesday. I take the weekend to just, chill. And then on Tuesday morning, I think, you know what? The time has come to buy a new solid state hard drive. I'm going to do it.
Oh, God.
I'm fanning about for a while.
What, a bigger one, you mean? Just like a bigger one? Yeah, I get you.
I have one that's 225 gigs, or 250 gigs, I guess. And then I was like, you know what? I can afford a terabyte solid state drive. Let's do this. And I had a gift card from Best Buy. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go do this. So I go to do this. I go to Best Buy. I buy the card. I get home. I put it in. And I start trying to get it. I'm supposed to eat lunch with a friend at 11. So it's like 10 o'clock because Best Buy didn't open until 10. So I buy it. I get home 10:30. I'm putting it in and it's like not working. And I can't get it to recognize. I'm like, God damn it. What am I supposed to do? So I say, you know what? I got to just step away, go have lunch, hang out with my friend, chill, come back home. All day Tuesday, just futzing, trying, nothing's working. I can't download stuff to it. It's like, nah, what's wrong with this thing? End of the day, I've tried all these different things. I'm adding Origin because I can't download Titanfall 2 and all this stuff. And finally, end of the day, someone's like, he's giving me some suggestion. I'm like, I'm not going to do what he just suggested. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the old solid state drive and put the new one into the spot where that one is. And then I figured just why not? I'll swap the other one out. They both start working perfectly.
How weird is that? See, computers.
Because if it was the cables were wrong, then how did they work on the one that I swapped it to? I must have not connected something correctly or whatever. Who knows?
You see, the weird because did you have to go into DOS and assign it and all that weird stuff?
No, I didn't. All I had to do as soon as I swapped the drives, everything worked perfectly.
That is weird, isn't it?
So I must not have plugged something in right, I guess, the first time. I don't know, because I thought I didn't have the right cables, because I had it. I figured I'd go ahead and unplug the DVD drive. I don't ever use that anyway. So as soon as I unplugged the DVD drive, I plugged it into I used all those cables and then I realized, I had the wrong cable in for that thing, and then I swapped it out. Whatever. The point is, it's all working fine now. Yay! Everything's working fine.
See, PC gaming, man, it's smooth, never an issue.
Well, at least I didn't take a hacksaw to my case.
Look, it worked. It works. I've not had a problem with it.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had a weird week this week because I've sort of played little bits of a lot of games.
Oh, all right.
Rather than sort of really getting stuck into anything, I've been kind of just sort of trying stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a weird week. What about you? Have you been
that's
playing
your
much?
week every week. You always play a bunch of weird stuff.
I know. It's not weird, actually. Most of it's quite normal, to be fair, apart from one. One's slightly weird.
So you have more of a taste platter of things.
I did.
On one thing. That's your usual thing, though.
Yeah, I did kind of a tasting week. I did a tasting week. I just played
So
lots
what
of
was the
things.
best thing that you tasted this week?
Well, that's kind of interesting, really, because...
By the way, if anybody's listening for the first time, Stu never gives a direct answer to a
I
question.
don't do direct answers.
If he got stabbed man with a knife, you could be like, who stabbed you? And he would go, it's funny you should ask, because here's the thing. Listen.
It is. But yeah, the sort of most interesting thing I played this week is the Dreams Early Access.
Oh, all right. I can't wait to see this on the stream. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. You can't see it. Now, interestingly, to begin with, I just sort of played what other people had made. I was like, let's have a look at what other people have been doing.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
what have they been making? Because
Sure.
you see some stuff on the internet, but it doesn't show you everything that people have been making. The best thing I played, well, there was two things that I played which were really, really great that someone had made. And one of them, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was called.
Oh,
Because
great.
obviously
How are
people
we
just
supposed to check it out?
I know. But one was called Slayer Scrolls. See what
Okay.
they did there? Slayer Scrolls. And
alliteration?
Well, it was kind of a play on sort of Elder Scrolls.
I don't
So,
really think
and
that's what it is.
it was kind of Elder Scrolls and The Witcher mixed together.
Okay.
Because you're not a Witcher, you're a Slayer. You see what they did there? And you sort of go to this tavern to get scrolls, which are like jobs. So they sort of give you like, yeah, you're an assassin and you're given like someone to assassinate.
So this is an RPG then?
And that, yeah, an RPG light, shall we say, because there's not a lot to it. But it did last about, the whole game lasts about 20 minutes, and it does have a story in a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it's actually finished. Because a lot of what I found was interesting, a lot of the stuff that's on there are either proofs of concept. So people will, like, for instance, someone had done like a Dark Souls. So they'd done, but it was really just like assets.
Well, how long has it been out?
On early access since last Tuesday.
So it's been
only
out.
a week. But then also, remember, they did a...
I have finished games out
Wait
yet.
a minute. Just hold up. Hold your horses. Prior to that, they had it out for quite a number of months in beta. So people have been playing this for a long time. So but it's only just been released to the public. So, but a lot of these levels have been created way before this came out last week.
Okay.
So people have been creating stuff for months. You know,
Okay.
getting used to the tools and all that kind of stuff. The Dark Souls stuff is cool though. You know, they've done this what looks like a really dank sort of dungeony type corridor with, you know, fancy lighting and reflections and all that. So it's more, a lot of the stuff's more to show you what's possible. And then they had this Christmas jam, which obviously I didn't know about until I got the game, where they wanted people to create Christmas scenes within it. You know, like just like more like art, you know, like what can you create that sort of makes you think of Christmas or winter. And someone had done like looking over London at Christmas, and they'd got Big Ben with the chimes of Big Ben, and it looked like old Victorian London with like smoke coming out of chimney pots and sort of like oldie looking buildings and stuff.
Oh, you know
So
what they
the-
should have done? They should have done like a ski slope, and you go down Slay's Seal.
Skill.
Yeah.
Best winter game ever.
Stupidest piece of shit ever.
Oh, it's good.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a weird concept because some people are just creating art in it. Someone had done like a Paris street, and they were just like Parisian type music playing, and you know, like lit windows and stuff, and like nighttime with the moon in the sky, and so people just create scenes. So it's not all about creating just games in it.
Right.
So it's a bit interesting.
Well, it
Someone-
sounds like it's mostly scenes and not many games. So
No, there is game stuff. So coming back to Scrolls, so Slayer Scrolls, it's kind of, they've done more than I thought was possible, because you know, when Chinny was talking about it, there are some limitations in memory size and the amount of actual stuff you could do. So to create what you would, you know, think of as a full experience or something close to that is I didn't think that possible. But what they've done quite cleverly, they had, you know, you start off in the tavern, and then you have to, the tavern master says there's another assassin there trying to kill you, so you've got to poison their drink to kill them. So you do that, and then it turns out that he wasn't. He was just somebody that owed the barkeep money. So it's got a little bit of sort of, you know, comedy there, a bit of funniness. So that sort of happens. Then he gives you his scroll, and you have to go and kill a dragon.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
That escalated quickly.
I know, they escalated.
Damn, Skyrim, you don't kill a dragon until like 5 hours in.
Exactly. So off you go to kill the dragon.
Guess
So you do that. So you do a bit of a trek, and then you can use charm, or you know, fight this dwarf to get past him. So I use charm, and it's like, oh, aren't you a good-looking dwarf, and all that sort of stuff. So there, got past him. The dragon animation was quite well done. So this dragon set all the forest on fire and everything. You'd be able to see this, believably, if Chinny were here, but unfortunately,
I can see it, but the people listening can't see it.
I know. Well, you could see if you looked it up.
Yes.
If you looked
Yeah,
it
I
up.
can see it, and I can hear it, and everyone can hear it too. Here's Winter. I guess is this the courtyard of this
Yeah,
castle?
yeah. So this is a courtyard where, like, the town where the tavern is.
Is this background music that they composed, or is
Yeah,
this?
yeah. So that's all composed in game.
Okay, so that doesn't come with the thing.
No, you get a full tool set for creating everything from music to assets to graphics.
Okay.
So anyway, so you do all that, you kill the dragon, then you
Yes.
come back to collect your money, you know, from the scroll, from the job.
Oh, here's the dragon music.
Oh, have you got the dragon? Oh yeah.
Yes, the dragon's burning stuff up.
It is. It is. So anyway, that all goes down, and then you come back to the town, and some other slayer has destroyed another town and slaughtered everyone. So they don't really, I know. So they don't trust slayers anymore. So they're like, you can't come in because we don't trust you.
Right.
So I was like, charm him, and I'm going like, oh, come on, man. You know, I've done loads of shit for your town. Why won't you let me in? And then he eventually lets you in. But then when you sort of try and get into the pub, you know, to collect the money, the guard there says, unfortunately, because you've fallen out of favor with the town, you have to go and do chores for people to sort of get
So wait,
back in
you just
favor.
killed the dragon.
Yeah,
To
kill the
save
dragon.
the town, but
Town from the
you
dragon.
have to now do chores for people in order to get allowed
Chores.
back in.
Yeah.
Makes
that's
no
kind-
sense.
I know, but look, it's the game. Look, it's game. So I go around. I had to like pair up two lovers who fancied each other, but were too like scared to ask each other.
Riverwood, Riverwood, stealing from Skyrim.
So did that. Then I had to go and help a dwarf chop down some trees. So kind of did that. You know,
Yeah.
helped a guy get his bottle of wine on the roof of his house. Fuck knows what it were doing up there. So I had to do that. So anyway, I do all these chores. Then you come across a female guard, and then it gets a bit sexist because it's like I'm the only female guard here, and then all the other guards think I'm sort of soft. So I want to go down into the crypt and prove that I'm hard enough to be one of the guards, even though I'm a woman.
Great. What does that have to do with you?
I know. So because she wants me to help her because she can't do it on her own.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
I
I'm
know.
as capable as any man. I just need
Exactly.
someone to help me be capable.
Exactly.
That makes
So
no sense.
go down into the crypt. She didn't even help at all. So then I had to fight all these skeletons. So you do the skeleton fighting shit.
Good
And
grief.
then this is where the shock comes. This is where the shock happens.
Why do I have a feeling it's not actually going to be that shocking?
It is shocking. I was shocked. So
Yeah.
you come back out the crypt, right? And everything's on fire.
Oh,
Right.
shocking.
I know. And then woman guard gets an arrow in the head and falls
Oh,
over
shocking.
dead, right? And then you get shot with an arrow and you fall over dead. And it turns out the other slayer who's burning towns down comes up and he's like, oh, you see, you think I'm just doing this because I'm evil. Well, I'm not. Someone else gave me a scroll. And then that's the end of the game. That was the end.
Uh-huh.
What's kind of cool is like someone's created that whole thing within Dreams, you know, and none of these things look like a real game, if you know what I'm saying. But
See, I mean, I'll give them points for putting in the work to make it. Because,
Yeah.
okay, look, you reproduced the Mona Lisa. That's impressive, no doubt about it. But I feel like this experience is better if it does something different. You know what I
Wow.
mean? If you're going to make a role-playing game, there's lots of ways to do it.
this is what I'm going to come to now. Because although that was cool and interesting, obviously it takes a lot of prompts from existing stuff. You
Right.
know, sort of RPGs, RPG tropes, dragons, fire, guards, whatever.
Yes.
Then I played another game or another thing that someone had made. And I can't for the life of me remember what it, but it was.
I
it
think
was
you
that-
should call them dreams. I played another dream.
I played another dream in the Dreamyverse. It's called the Dreamyverse, by the way. So when you start playing this, it's like, welcome to the Dreamyverse.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, played another game that someone which was more like a sci-fi platforming game.
Ah.
But it was really clever. So the game starts off just like a normal platform, and then you get a time manipulation bracelet, which
Okay.
can reverse and forward time.
Aha.
Very, very cleverly implemented. So you have to get through the levels by manipulating time backwards and forwards to move the platforms to where you need them to be.
Like on Futurama.
I don't know. I've never seen that. I have seen it, but I've never seen anything that to do with that.
Well, they do one with this time machine and go forward past the end of the universe, and then it loops back around again.
Yeah, it's kind of only just. You can only reverse and forward about 10 seconds.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So I guess not quite the same. But very cleverly done, and obviously you have to. So it wasn't totally challenging. I didn't feel challenged by it, but I did think it was and aesthetically it looked really, really clever, very neon-y looking. Like neon edges to everything, and they did such a great job of showing you like the platforms that didn't move were purple, so you knew if you were stood on one of them, it wasn't going to move. And then obviously if it wasn't purple, then it would move around with the with the time manipulation. The platforming wasn't brilliant, so it was a bit loose and you did fall off a lot, but I thought it was a really, really clever experience.
Cool. So, was it better than Braid?
Similar, I guess that's it. If I guess it took a game that it used, that was probably the best example of nowhere near as complex as Braid, obviously, but definitely pointers from that kind of interest. I was kind of really impressed with that. And then I went into the create mode just to learn how to do some stuff, because I'm going to obviously try and create something within it. Don't know what yet. Don't know what. I'm going to go for weird and shit. I'm going for a WoW type experience.
You could have like pigeons having sex.
Maybe, but someone's already done it.
Recreated here for those who can't afford.
Yeah, but this is. See, I'm more interested in original stuff, not stuff that's aping something else.
I got you. You want to be fresh.
I want to be fresh. I don't want to be aping Dark Souls or Dead Space or PT or It's impressive that people can do all that stuff, but I'm more interested in the stuff that's unique.
It doesn't already exist out there.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's what I want to get out of this shit.
I hear you.
So when it's very childlike, I've got to say, and I guess they've got to cater to everybody's abilities.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, but I felt almost a bit patronized. When it was talking you through, and what you get is a little video showing you how to do something, and then you're in edited mode at the same time, and you have to recreate what they're showing you how to do.
Right.
So it takes you through everything step by step. Sorry, go on.
You learn by doing.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I was going ahead, but then I had to still watch the video to get to the end of that particular tutorial. You can't skip it, as far as I can see. So I was like, and you get points and stuff for passing each level of the tutorial, so you don't necessarily want to just back out of it. And sometimes I think, maybe it'll show something I've not worked out for myself, so I should watch it to the end anyway.
Sure.
But yeah, I didn't find it very difficult. I was using the DualShock 4. You can use move controls if you've got two of those to manipulate stuff.
Damn.
But the DualShock seemed fine, and you have this little imp thing, and it's got like a pointy thing on its head, and that's what you use to manipulate everything within the scene.
Right.
It seems fairly straightforward so far, but I'm only really doing the very basics, like going through the basic stuff at the moment.
I would think the move controls would be more difficult than using the DualShock.
Well, it's funny. I've been reading up about tips and how to play, and a lot of the people who are creating the complex stuff say they prefer DualShock to the move controllers.
Well, yeah.
They said you can see the advantage of move controllers because you can do more precise stuff in the 3D space.
Right.
But they're saying the DualShock is perfectly usable, and they find it fine. Once you get used to it, that they've had no issues. You have to recenter a lot, so you're constantly recentering your imp thing to do stuff. But I am looking forward to. So here's the thing, right? People listening out there, if you've got any suggestions of stuff that I should try and create within Dreams, I'll have a go.
Yeah, give him an assignment. What do you want to see?
Assign me your dream to look like. Yeah, and then I'll upload it to YouTube, and everyone can have a look and laugh at my rubbish creation.
No, I think it'll be great. I don't think anybody will be laughing at you whatsoever.
Now, people are saying length of time that it takes to create stuff within Dreams is long.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So some of the ones who've created really cool and complex stuff, that's on there already, saying it's some of the levels or some of the things they've made have taken 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, the more,
but I don't know how many hours a day that is, in relative terms. I don't know.
The more tools at your disposal, the longer it's going to take. Because if it's streamlined, then it's easy to make something. But if you have more options, then you need to take more time to make it work.
Yeah, I think it is fairly streamlined. I mean,
compared to like Unreal Engine 4, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think they've tried to make it. Planet. Yeah, I think they've tried to make it as simplistic as possible, but obviously complex enough to create interesting things.
Right.
So I think they've tried to strike that balance between complexity and simplicity.
Right.
So that you've got all those tools at your disposal, but also tried to make them fairly accessible for people.
Right.
So I'm quite impressed so far, but only really touched this. I've played. I say played. It's a weird term to use because he's not really playing anything, but I've probably spent this morning when I was going through all the basics. That probably took a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just to go through the basic tool set and what you can do and how you manipulate your imp and manipulate objects within the space.
Yeah.
So then he'll be creating my own stuff. So I'll be getting used to doing all that sort of stuff. Sure. So interesting. Right, that's my first game out of the way. We can't spin the wheel because he ain't here, so I'll just come over to you.
Hey, it's on me.
It's on you, Duke.
That's right. So in my spring break, as you know, I said last week that I was really going to give it an effort to play some Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah. So how is it?
Nope, it didn't happen.
What do you mean?
It didn't happen. It just...
No, but why? Give me the reasoning about why it didn't happen.
Didn't feel like it.
So let me go through your thought process. So you're sat there going, right, what shall I play today? Red Dead 2 goes through your brain, but what made you go...
No, see, here's it didn't happen like that. When I wake up in the morning, I'm awake before the Duchess, right? So I can't be playing games out in the main room. It's too likely that she'll wake up. So I'm in the office between two doors, or 2 doors away, I should say. And so I'm playing games on the PC there. And then after breakfast, I'm just like, you know what? I guess I'll just go continue what I was playing. Like I got into, Minecraft before breakfast. And then after breakfast, I'm like, I want to continue what I was doing in Minecraft. And then when I get done with some Minecraft, I'm like, ooh, Rocket League. And I get done with that, I have these other things. And for whatever reason, I just never made it over to the Xbox.
But there's obviously a block there, isn't there? There's obviously something psychologically stopping you from going to it and playing it. And is it just the sheer thought of the vastness of the game, and once you've started, you'll have to try and finish?
Here's what it is. I just didn't feel like playing it. There's nothing about the vastness of it. If that were the case, then I wouldn't play role-playing games or whatever.
No, I get that, but there's obviously something stopping you from playing.
No, there really isn't. I'm just not compelled right now. Why did it take Chinny 7 years to play Skyrim? Who knows? Different things grab our attention.
Yeah, but with Chinny, right? Okay, I get what you're saying there, but Skyrim in general doesn't appeal to Chinny because it's, wizards and dwarves and elves and shit.
Yeah,
and as we know, that's never going to he'll have to rev himself up to play something like that or have a reason because it's not his normal type of game. Whereas Red Dead 2, arguably is your type of game.
Yes, you're right. It is my type of game.
So that's all I'm saying. It's not the same as Chinny playing Skyrim.
There's some deep meaning about why I'm not playing.
There's something deep, but there's just... You bought a console to play.
Yes, I remember. I was there.
You know that's what I mean. I'm just saying it just seems odd that you keep putting it off. That's all.
It's very odd. I wish I could explain it, but all I can tell you is I didn't feel like it.
Okay.
So
what have you been playing then?
I've been playing Rocket League and Minecraft. The server from the Overseas Connection continues to be awesome. Although, here's the thing. I built a cool house on a hill. I put up the East Timor flag real big. It's beautiful. It's awesome. Chinny's seen it, I assume. And then someone comes along and it's this enormous server. The map must be, insanely big. Somebody's like, I'm going to make a mob farm. I'll put it right in front of Duke's town here.
Yeah, but you know what? Look, this
What are you
happened in the
doing?
old one. People just do that, don't they?
Well, no. That's the thing. In the old one, people would troll each other by, like Chinny said, putting a soccer field in front of his house. But that was because they were trying to get a rise out of Chinny or whatever, right? But in this case, I think the dude was just like, I want to put up a mob farm. I'll put it here. Oh yeah, it's kind of blocking this flag that Duke put up. Like, dude, you got all this space. What are you doing?
So what's a mob farm anyway?
So a mob farm is a way for you to get the stuff that comes out of skeletons and zombies and stuff, but not have to actually fight them. So it's this big structure that has space up top for the mobs, the mobile non-player, monsters basically.
Yeah.
To spawn and then get swept by water down this long shaft and then die. And then the stuff that falls out of them goes into a hopper and then into a chest. I've never actually made one. That stuff doesn't really interest me. If I need string, I'll go kill spiders, and so forth. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, it's cool that he did it, and it's cool that the community is making a lot of neat stuff. Every time I go on, there's new bridges, and someone put up a tower. Chopper Kelly just built a funky tower. And the thing that I like the most is that we're finally connecting all of our little places with roads, because nothing is more annoying than a server with everyone making all their different stuff, and then you have to just wander over the terrain. There's a reason roads exist. It's to help you get from one place to another. So when people have a server and they don't connect their builds with roads, I'm always like, what are you doing? Why not connect things with roads, people? Come on. So I'm glad that people are connecting things on our server with roads. Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why you need a road in Minecraft.
Well, because it helps. It's easier to get from one place to another if you follow the road than if you sort of vaguely remember, oh, I'm supposed to go over in that direction.
I see. Do you have road signs as well? Is there sort of like a signpost that says?
I put up a couple, but nobody else is really putting. I mean, that's not true. A few people have, but for whatever reason, that's not top priority when people are making.
Does it say this way to Duke's house? Is that what it says?
You don't have to do that because I'm so close to the spawn, but I have a little sign that's like actually put up flags for New Timor to match the big flag in the sky. So yes,
there you go.
There you go.
Rightio. Well, I'll go on to my next game then.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I've also played quite a bit of Titanfall 2.
Oh, you're playing the campaign, huh?
I'm playing the campaign, so I'm playing story mode.
See, it's funny because once I got my new hard drive working, I thought to myself, what are all the games I've had to uninstall recently? And I realized it was all the shooters. Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Titanfall 2. So I added all of those back in, and I've been playing those. So we can both talk about Titanfall 2 now.
Yeah, but I'm guessing you've not played campaign.
No, I have not.
Yeah, you'll have played multiplayer.
I'm guessing I have not played the multiplayer.
This is what I think. This is what I think so far. I think it's kind of cool, but also a bit simplistic, weirdly.
Yeah.
Because of the mission structure so far, and I am only at the very beginning of the game, so I've done probably the first 3 or 4 missions.
Okay.
But you basically you get this Titan through something that happens at the beginning of the campaign, but it isn't assigned to you. So the soldier dies and he reassigns the Titan to you. So it was like these dying breaths like, take the Titan, complete the mission. Okay, so and then he croaks it.
Yes.
And then but the Titan's not got enough battery power, so he's sort of weakened. So you have to go and collect batteries. So it's like fetch quest, go and get these batteries.
Fun.
It
what
is
were
fun.
You expecting in a first-person shooter with mechs?
I know, and shoot enemies, enemies.
That's very annoying.
Yeah, shoot enemies, go get batteries, and you learn to wall run. So basically, teaches you how to do the wall running, and
best things about the game.
It is cool, and like jumping across and getting to places and all that sort of stuff. And then you get to these 2 what look like downed aircraft. So I get 1 battery from there. They do this interesting thing though, where you feel like you've gone miles to get to this place.
Yes.
And then you just slide down this slope and you're suddenly back at the mech. So it sort of deposits, so you don't have to backtrack all the way back from where you've come from.
You go. Yeah, they learn Elder Scrolls.
I know. So it just deposits you where you need to be.
So
did that, then you have to do another one of those in a different direction. It's pretty much the same mission, but obviously going somewhere else. shoot a load of enemies. I got this cool sniper rifle, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was picking people out, and it's pretty powerful. You know, you hit an enemy, it takes them off their feet.
Well, there you go.
So that happened, and then you get to use the mech.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. And it's pretty freaking cool. I mean, it's like I love the enemies fire bullets, but you can sort of store them up and fire them right back.
Yeah,
so
that's
kind of
cool power. I agree.
Like that power, like the homing missiles, and obviously, you know, you get the Gatling gun on this.
Oh well,
so it's like a machine.
I have has a laser on it and do some real damage on the enemy mechs.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of cool. And at the moment, I finished when I'm fighting loads of other mechs.
Yes.
I'm fighting loads of other mechs at the moment that have come down, but they're almost like mini mechs. So they're not quite as powerful as you. So they take a bit of killing, but they're not like difficult to kill.
Yes.
So yeah, so far so good. I like it. But I don't know. It's maybe because I don't know when this originally came out.
It's been a while.
It's probably longer than I think that this game's been out. What year?
2016. October 2016.
Yeah, so 3 years ago. It feels 3 years old.
Yeah.
You know, when you're playing sort of God of Wars and things like that at the moment, and then you see this, it looks nice, but it ain't on the same level as some of the more recent releases.
That's fine.
But it feels good to play. You know, like I say, the shooting's spot on, and it does feel
I feel like the mechs are intuitive. I remember being happy. I was worried when I first played it. I was like, I don't know. I think I played a demo before I bought the whole thing, but I remember feeling like, because a lot of mech games that I've played, the mechs are needlessly confusing. So I think they did a really good job of making.
Oh no, they're very simplistic, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to struggle with. So that's what I think about the campaign so far, and I believe it's really good once it gets going. So I'm looking forward to going through it. So what about the multiplayer side then?
The multiplayer is really good. I think I've said this before on the show, but I'll say it again. In addition to the enemy pilots that you're fighting, there are also a bunch of AI on the map. So even if you're having a bad round and you're getting killed a lot, you can still take out some enemies in the form of grunts, which are the easiest ones. I think those are 1 point each. And then more advanced than that are, I think, specters or whatever. Like there's a few different types of AI enemies that you can take out, and you get different points for which ones they are because they're different difficulty levels. So that's just a really nice little twist. And then, of course, the mechs also add a thing in. And the nice thing about that is, whereas in Battlefield 4, if you let's say a tank is coming to your control point.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do unless you have an RPG with you by chance. So you're kind of screwed, right? If there's a big machine headed your way in Battlefield. But in Titanfall 2, I have an auxiliary weapon that can actually do some damage on a mech. Now, it's not going to take it down by myself, but if I stick and move and stay hidden, I can, pop out, fire a couple of these big rounds into it, and then duck back, reload, and repeat. So I like that part of it. I feel like it's not, it's not equal between humans and mechs, nor should it be, but I feel like it's pretty well balanced.
Right.
So thumbs up on the multiplayer.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So what else have you been playing then this week? Because I've obviously told you what I think of Titanfall 2. So what else have you been up to?
So I don't have it on the list, but I should mention that I have been playing more Division 2. They did a big update recently that was supposed to have fixed one of the biggest bugs they have in the game, which is the castle stronghold. Apparently, if you start a new game and then get to that, it'll work properly now. But insofar as I had discovered that part and tried to start it before the bug was updated, it's still grayed out. I can't proceed with it. I think that stronghold is just dead to me. There's no way for me to access it. So
does that have any huge impact on the game?
Not really. I mean, these strongholds are basically like auxiliary areas that you're supposed to be building up. And when you do, you get a couple of things here and there, but it's nothing really major. Mostly what you need are better guns, and you're always finding those throughout the world. So it's not a real big deal that you can't. It's mostly an aesthetic thing. So I'm not really too bothered by this.
But it's going to bug you, isn't it? It's going to bug you, I can tell.
Not really. I mean, I kind of want to do the full completion thing, but I'm not going to 100% it. So it's not really that big a deal. It's just kind of annoying that they couldn't get it. That so many, I don't know how many people it's affecting, but it seems to be quite a few, and it seems like a pretty major thing for them to miss before releasing the game. But who knows? It's probably very complicated. So,
and I think as well, to be honest, if you're one of these people who does want to do the 100% completion, that's gonna bug you, innit?
Oh, sure, it'll bug the hell out of them, and
there's a lot of people who do that, isn't there, with these games?
Yeah, and the fact that they announced it as like, we finally fixed the castle bug. I'm like, well, not for me, you didn't. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. But whatever. I mean, though, it seems to me that, I don't know, there ought to be some way to reset that quest, because that seems to be the problem. If you've already done it, the first quest, you can't go any further with it. And some people couldn't access it at all. So presumably those who couldn't access the first quest at all, they're on easy street. It's all working fine now. But for those of us who did access that first quest and then just couldn't progress past that first part, we're out of luck. So
you see, it's similar. They had a similar problem in Red Dead 2, where when you get to the second camp, or the first main camp in the game,
yes,
if you do a certain quest in a certain order, 2 of the other side missions just disappear.
Yes. Well,
so it affects if you don't do them in what the game interprets as the right order, then you don't get to do them at all until they do reappear later on, but they're not there when they're supposed to be.
And of course, the trick there is that if you're going to close off certain missions based on what people do or don't do, that's going to just make everything more confusing. It's, it makes sense that eventually some things are going to get mixed up and you're going to have some bugs like that, I suppose. But I mean, you shouldn't. If you have a AAA game, you pay people to do quality assurance in that sense. But whatever, I'm not too bothered by it, I suppose.
I think this is the problem, though, isn't it? Once these games get out to the general public, you might have, even 100 or 150 QA testers who are sat there playing the game all day trying to find all this stuff. But they're never going to find everything, and these things are going to crop up, aren't they? Once you got 10,000 people playing it, someone's going to find stuff that you might not have realized.
Of course, absolutely.
And that's the difference, I guess.
Go figure. But the Division 2 is great. I mean, I keep, they do a good job of having a lot of variety in the mission types. I mean, when I say variety, it's mostly go here, kill everybody you see who's red, and then sometimes you have some green people who help you out. That's pretty much the whole game. But that's fine, because it's very well done. The gunplay is great. The sound is good. The feel of the environment is, awesome. I'm really enjoying it.
I just think I'd find it boring.
Well, that's the difference between you and me.
It is. You like boring, repetitive stuff for some weird reason.
Yeah, go figure.
While Chinny's not here talking about snooker,
Correction.
we have got. Oh, he's talking about
Hey, he's back.
How weird is that?
Back.
Literally, the second I said it, he's here.
That's how I do.
He's waiting for 10 minutes, and then he finally decided to jump in.
I was just going to say hello to new people I haven't seen the names before in YouTube while we were waiting for him to come back, but he's here now.
Sorry, the show will now get better. Thank you very much.
It will get better because Chinny is here.
Chinny's back.
Get worse.
We all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to say, what a world we live in. I was listening to you in the car. How crazy
How
is that?
weird is that?
Oh,
So you've heard me
mad.
talk about dreams and everything.
No.
Ugh.
I heard you talking about Titanfall and how you was badgering Eric about not playing Red Dead.
Red Dead 2, yeah, that was after Dreams. I talked about Dreams.
Chitty, here's the question. When you were driving and I said I haven't played Red Dead, did you go, oh, for fuck's sake, Duke?
No, I wasn't really that surprised.
No, we're never surprised.
That's true. You actually said, oh, believe it when I see it, which you were right to have said that.
Yeah, we're never surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Chitty, as you're back, snooker.
Snooker, yes.
Finally, the people who tuned in are going to get what they want.
Where the fuck's the snooker?
Where the fuck is the snooker chat? This podcast bollocks is shit. Yes. I've been playing Snooker 19. Snooker 19 is out. And it's great, is the gist of it. There are issues with Snooker 19. It's not smooth sailing. But we did a live stream, so from now on, pretty much, I'm going to be, for the foreseeable future, what episode are we on? Oh yeah, I just remembered.
485.
Yeah. For the foreseeable future, Thursdays are going to be snooker Thursdays now.
Yeah.
Snooker Thursdays.
And I'm going to be streaming snooker on Thursdays. And this Thursday gone was the best and most successful stream veteran gamers have ever had.
But that's because you're playing snooker and everyone's up for it.
Well, I've played snooker on the stream before, right? And it didn't get that many viewers. So, you know, I
new snooker game, huh?
I actually played
snooker.
I actually played Jimmy White's World in snooker the week before, but there you go. Yes, so I've been playing snooker 19. Yeah, I got the peak viewers was 63.
That's pretty good.
63
Take
viewers.
that, PewDiePie.
Yeah, coming for you. And there's a noise downstairs or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's coming from inside the house.
Yeah, so Snooker 19 has definitely got its issues, but I streamed for 5 hours on Thursday.
Wow. Oh, God.
5 hours straight.
You'd be raising money for sick kids with that kind of commitment.
I know, yeah.
It is crazy how long I did that for. It's way longer than I should have done. And if you watch the start of it, and then compare that to the end of it, at the start I'm like, yes, let's play some snooker, and at the end I'm like, I want to die. I want to die. Please stop letting me play snooker. But the idea was that I played people who were in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And so that's kind of like the first thing.
Did it work? Did you get to play people?
It did work, right? So let's get into it. So first of all, Snooker 19 is a great snooker game. I really am pleased with it. Really pleased with it. It's a great snooker sim. They've got 128 players in there. They scan their faces so that we've
yeah, but let's be honest, it didn't look that great.
All right, fuck off. You make a game. You make a fucking game. You make a game.
I'm just saying.
Fuck off. Right. So
look, I'm gonna keep it real.
No, I'm being serious here, Stu. I'm being serious here. Your bar is like FIFA, right? Look how much money FIFA get. Remember where we saw Snooker 19? We saw it at an indie show. It's an indie game.
I get you. Look, I am not disagreeing.
So if this was a fucking I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get mad about this.
Just gonna talk smack, and then when you
because if this was,
I'm just being critical.
No, yeah, but if this was some fucking bullshit indie game at Rest where
I think they did a good job. I think they're trying something different.
Yeah, it was some like floaty around indie game, and they go, oh my god, they scan their faces. What a great thing.
He had some times of dreams with that.
I think the gameplay is great because I played a bit of it. I played a bit of it at Rest, and it works really well, and the physics seem really close to realistic in my opinion. And it looks good. The table looks amazing, but the character models are pretty. They look like zombies, man. They look like they're about to die.
They do look like they're dying. Right, that's true.
They do.
They do look like they've got AIDS. But apart from that,
and she did go on about it a bit. She was like, "We've scanned their face with 80 cameras, like it was going to be absolutely amazing," and they're not really that great.
It's true. It is true that Jimmy White looks like he is dead. But
they do.
How many games can you play a corpse of Jimmy White? Not many.
Not many, it's true.
But anyway, so that aside, the animation's a bit ropey. The dressing around the edge of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like the audience and stuff like that. Well, I was playing the game today, and the audience just kept on clapping, even when there was nothing happening. So there's a few bugs.
Balls on the table.
Yeah, that's like real snooker. Yeah, just people just keep clapping. So there are issues with it. The game itself is very good, very solid. Multiplayer is a bit weird. Let's talk about the multiplayer. So the way the multiplayer works is that this is how it normally works in any game, right? You click game, and then you go, all right, we'll have one frame, and then you invite player, right? You invite the player, and then the player comes in, and then you press start, and then you play. That's how you play. But Snooker 19 says, fuck that. We ain't doing that shit because we can't be fucking bothered. I'm not quite sure why they did this, but I've got a theory. But this is what happens: you go into the game, and you press quick game, and then it'll say match code.
What?
What?
Is this on a Switch?
Wait. So you press the triangle or the Y button, and you by default the match code is default, right? It's a word, actual word that says default.
Okay.
So for example, if I wanted to play with you, Stuart, right?
Yeah.
I would put in Stuart is a wanker, right?
Okay.
And then I would say, hey, Stuart, the match code is Stuart is a wanker, and then you would press
To find your game.
and then you would go type in Stuart is a wanker, and then you pair each other up, and that's how it does it, right? That's how
makes sense.
I suppose it does, but it's a bit odd.
It's a bit weird.
And then you think, why did they do that? And I had a revelation, Stuart. I was in bed, I was lying in bed, and I opened my eyes, and I went, I know why they did it like that.
Well,
Crossplay.
Enlighten us.
Crossplay.
Yeah. So if you got it on the PS4,
Has to be crossplay.
or PC and 360. I say 360. What am I talking about? Xbox One, should I say these days?
Why else would they do it like that?
Yeah. So you think crossplay is coming?
I
is what
think
you mean?
crossplay is a possible. I think they're getting the Switch version done now. They're busy away working on the Switch, and then I think crossplay is going to come. Pow. So that's that. The multiplayer itself is very, very bare bones, right? So you've got a quick match online play, and then you've got a tournament online play. The quick match is basically unranked, and the tournament is ranked for Rocket League people. And you play the unranked, and you can only play one frame.
Right.
Okay.
You can't play the best of 3, the best of 4.
Yeah, you
sorry,
can't
best
play
of
like
5,
a big match.
best of 9, best of 35. You can't do that. You have a set
Well,
timer.
why can't you do that though?
Because the fuck you. That's why. And
I know that's what I mean. It's like, is there a technical reason, or is it just we don't want people
fuck,
doing that?
Because fuck you, Stu. Right? They don't want to enjoy you to enjoy this game. The other thing is that by default, there's no change in it. There is a match timer. Right?
Right. So you're only allowed to play for so long.
So every match, you'll see it in the top right there. Every match has a 20-minute match timer.
And that's it.
And every shot has a 30-second timer.
Is it chess?
So this
Well, but on people taking forever.
What difference does it make?
So the reason behind this usually is probably to kind of speed up the game. Also, putting a timer on a shot forces errors, right? Because you have to sort of you have to eventually take a shot. So you're forced to kind of think quickly. So it's to kind of make the game feel a little bit more exciting, I guess. So I don't really mind the 30-second shot timer. The 30-second shot timer does not bother me that much. However, the 20-minute
That
shot...
isn't a long time, though, is it, to set up a shot?
Well, if it's a safety shot, then you need a little bit more. But most of the time, yeah, like the it's fine. 30 seconds is fine. It's no big deal. We can all live with it. However, the 20-minute match overall timer,
weird.
the 20-minute one is weird, and I'll tell you why. It's because I was playing somebody online, and I was winning, but there was enough points on the table for the other person to win. Right. So if all they needed to do was clear up, right. But then the timer ran out.
And were they given the win?
No. So we couldn't play the end
So
of
if
the
it's
match.
your turn and timer runs out, you lose.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure, you don't make sure the timer isn't on you.
So,
when you...
so no, it's not like if it's your turn. It's
it's
if
presumably who's ahead at the time.
who's ahead in points wins.
Yeah.
Right. So I was ahead in points, but all the other person had to do was clear up, and it was fairly straightforward. The person looked like they was going to clear up, but the timer ran out, so I won, which is complete bollocks and not how snooker works.
Can you adjust the timer?
No.
Really? That's weird. See, because I play Go online, and it makes sense to have a timer, because you don't want that shit lasting for 2 hours.
Sure.
But for you not to be able to adjust things, that's really
if you're playing with a friend and you both agreed that you're happy for a match to last for an hour, or you want to play the best of 3 games, what the fuck difference does it make to the developers?
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you understand what I mean? What the fuck? Why did the developers care how long it takes you to have a game?
The only thing I can think of is that they rushed the online a little bit.
Yeah,
to
but
get it.
that still doesn't explain it, does it? Because you could say that they wouldn't put a timer in at all because they probably wouldn't have time to implement it. See what I did there? Do you know what I mean? It just
bizarre.
seems an unnecessary addition to the
Hilarious.
other major complaint.
Sorry, wait, I did the wrong thing. Sorry, I meant to do the crazy laughter for your crazy joke. Sorry.
Thank you. The other thing I've heard a lot of people complain about is the white flash between shots. People
Yeah,
are
a lot
whinging on about this.
A lot of people whinge about the white flash.
Well, it's like a TV broadcast, though, isn't it?
I guess so. I suppose if it was black, less people would.
That's what people are saying. One guy was like, "It's just like almost epileptic seizure inducing. I ain't
Yeah.
playing this game no more."
Yeah. Yeah, there is a bit of that, but it's just weird. I feel like they rushed that they got the online working and just got it out the door. The other mode is the online tournament mode. I uploaded a video about this today, just about what the tournament side was like. That seems exciting because there's a period. It's got 15 days on it, and you have to play.
Yeah, because she talked about this, didn't she?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And it's basically exactly the same as the quick match, but you just get points. And
you see, look, right, I think, and I know she was PR lady, but not that she missold it, but she gave, you'll be able to play the tournament. Well, if you're playing the tournament, man, you play as many frames as the people playing in the tournament play, not one. Do you know what I mean? That's not fucking playing the tournament.
No. It was a bit odd.
I feel like she completely misled.
I don't. Well, I just feel like, I suppose there's a little bit of misleading there, but I don't know. Like, maybe that's where they're going with it. Maybe that's what they want to do with it. It's a very.
But there's no point in saying you can mirror the tournament when you're not mirroring the tournament.
Yeah.
You see, the one thing, and I just can't get this straight in my head. This, online multiplayer. Yeah, it's great to play the AI characters if they're good, and apparently since the update, the safety shots have improved a lot from what I can gather, and it's got better.
It's almost like there's no point in me talking about the game because you've read all the comments of the videos.
Well, no, I've read some of them, and I'm only taking an interest because I am actually interested in snooker. I like
on
snooker.
the Switch.
But I might buy it on the Switch. Yeah, I may get it on the Switch.
So there's a problem. There's a problem with the game with the. Now we're gonna lose Duke here, but
okay.
No, I'm here.
There's the safety shots, right?
Yeah.
So the AI. So the AI would, which is near impossible to do, roll up to the ball, so it was touching ball, right?
Touching ball.
So there's no way you can, unless the ball's quite close, but there's no way you play purposely a touching ball shot, like especially from a distance. That's just ridiculous. Like,
you wouldn't be able to do it.
Nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. And the AI was constantly doing it. That was the only safety play, and they updated it.
Realistically awesome.
They updated it though, and they've sort of changed it and tweaked it in the last day or so, and it's a lot better now. So there's been problems with it. They've been fixing it. There've been problems fixing it. So I'm hoping that this trend sort of carries on and stays true, and they keep going with the feedback from the community, and they keep tweaking it. But just best of 3, best of 5 online. That would be a start.
Well,
that would be a start.
That I was coming to, because it's all well and good playing the AI characters, but ultimately this game will thrive on multiplayer, playing your mates, playing with randomers, playing in tournaments, playing whatever. And it just seems just so weird that they've got this 20-minute timer, which just seems weird in itself, because you play till you win. You play till you're not like, oh, well, you were winning at the time that the timer ran out, so you're the winner. That's not satisfying at all in any way, shape, or form, is it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
And it makes you rush.
There's a bug. There's a bug on the screen now, right, where the lights didn't come on.
Right.
All right.
So you're playing in the dark.
So we're playing in the dark. So all the characters.
That's brilliant.
So all the characters are like in the dark.
We're playing in the dark.
Someone, hey, Chitty, come on, you'll relate to this. Someone forgot to put the quid in. Because in working men's clubs, you used to have to put a quid in the lights.
It wouldn't be a quid.
Well, yeah, whatever it was back, but it was a quid back then for however many minutes. See, that's what
20p.
this is replicating.
20p. 20p.
20p, man.
20p in the light.
So maybe you've only put a quid in, you only get 20 minutes of play.
Maybe, I don't know. Somebody's but all the players, like, you couldn't see their faces, all the lighting was off. It was
that was bizarre.
It only happened for one frame though, but it did happen. But like, this is what I would want, right? If they was to update, they could update Snooker 19 pretty easily, right, and fix the online system. For the tournament mode, 30-minute match, 30-second shot time, no problem. I understand, right? Because it's tournament mode. You know, you got to get it done. For the quick match, no shot restriction, like timer, no shot timer, no match timer, and best of 3 to 5 to 9. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they're gonna do. And then there's no one else moaning. And it's such an easy fix. Yeah. It's like, wow, why are you not doing this?
It just seems a bizarre decision. I'm kind of at a loss as to why.
Which is a shame because it's what we're talking about. But Snooker 19 is fucking brilliant. It is a great snooker game. And I know it's snooker, so some people are listening to it, but it's snooker. It's shit. So fuck you, first of all. But also, it's a great snooker game. And I've got people watching the YouTube channel that are massive snooker fans, really, really pleased with it. But yeah, just very odd choices. So
bizarre.
I don't know. I'm pleased with it. I haven't played the career mode yet. I haven't done any of it. It's been bank holiday weekend. Because there's about 2 or 3 other YouTubers, right, and they've been doing all these career modes. And a few people have been asking me, "Oh, why haven't you done the career mode yet, Ginny?"
Yeah,
I'm
what
like,
the hell? You're sitting there pulling your pud.
I got I don't know, it's bank holiday weekend. The weather is beautiful outside.
You don't always feel like playing the game that the world wants you to play.
It's just I do want to play. But what I'll say about Snooker 19 though, remember when I was talking about Assassin's Creed Origins and I lost my gaming mojo, right? Snooker 19 has brought that mojo back because I care so much about Snooker 19. It's a great game. I love it. So
let me ask
Assassin's
you this.
Creed Origins. What I'm saying is, Snooker 19 is better than Assassin's Creed Origins. Fuck you.
Well, that doesn't take a lot, does it? Right, a couple of quick questions. Highest break so far?
96. 96.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you won that game. I can't say match because it was like one game.
You would only win that match. How could the other person catch up? That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
You're on drugs.
I'm on drugs. No, but I was saying
Step
it was
J
the
has
best
done
of 3. Maybe not.
Step J has done 111.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But he's a big show.
Pretty good. So so that's highest break. And what's your win to loss ratio like then?
My win to loss ratio. Well, I was recording a video for the tournament play, right? And I was recording this video today, and it's up on the YouTube channel now. Recording this video, yeah, she's going great. I'm winning, brilliant. And then boom, power cut. And the oven created a surge, and now our oven has broke.
Wow.
And it's the second time our
oven's
broke.
So the lights went off for reals.
So well, it was the day, but like it was everything went off. I was recording the video, everything, internet, everything, and I was like, for fuck's sake. And then I went back on. I've lost one. I was like, oh shit. So it counted as a loss. So that's bollocks.
Is that your first loss then?
Well, I'm playing it on the PlayStation and the Xbox, but my quick match ratio isn't too bad. I think I've won about... I won most... You know the live stream, right?
Yeah.
I won most of them, which I was shocked at. There was one chap that came in and absolutely annihilated me. But he's got a YouTube channel. His name is Captain Goodspeed, and he makes snooker videos. Good. He makes 2 snooker videos a day.
Wow.
And anybody who's listening to this podcast that has found us through the snooker stuff that I've been knocking out, I've got fucking news for you. I ain't going to be knocking out as regular content as Captain Goodspeed because there is no way. I will knock out as much as I can, but that is just ridiculous, and all more power to him. But I can't keep up with that pace. But you know, and he was good. He was really good, and he absolutely wiped the floor with me. But he was a very nice man.
So can I ask you another question about the game?
Sure.
So, like AI, you know, obviously professional players,
correct,
in the game. does it feel the same for every player, or do the lower ranked players feel like they're slightly lower ranked?
It basically groups them into 3 lots. So it groups them into, I think it's like amateur, pro, something. There's 3 difficulties, right? And amateur, pro, master, I think it is. And the master players are 1 to 20. So that's like your Ronnie O'Sullivans and whatnot.
Yep.
And then you've got your 20 to 60. So that would be, who would be in that? I don't know. Your Nigel Bonds and
okay.
and I don't know if Jimmy White's in it, but I don't know what rank he is. And then from 60 to 128, and that's your amateur lot. So that's the only difference. So for example, Mark Williams.
Did he feel distinctly different?
No. Mark Williams would in real life, he's a great lung potter. Right, that's kind of his thing. He's lung potting, and that doesn't really show true. Ronnie O'Sullivan, he does amazing, screwback shots and just crazy, flamboyant, very sort of extrovert shots, and you don't really see any of that. So it's basically the 3 difficulties, and the difference is they miss a little bit more the lower down you go.
Are there no people in the world of snooker who are like hot shot rock stars who are like, yeah, I'm like bringing
Ronnie
chains?
O'Sullivan.
Ronnie's
he's the closest.
If Duke saw the way Ronnie spoke, he'd probably be like, "This is it. This is your," because he kind of speaks like this. He's quite like that. But he does. On the table. He's probably one of the best snooker players that's ever lived. He's not
like bringing a tiger or something in.
No, the closest that we ever had to that was a chap called Alex Higgins. So Alex Higgins was
pissed all the time.
He was pissed all the time, and he would turn up pissed. With snooker, there's the way through pool, right? So the way you hold the cue, the way the way you bend to the table and stuff like that. You have to have a rock solid stance. The only thing that should be moving if you're right-handed is your right arm. The way when you're moving the cue back and forth, it's a very sort of strict stance, and everybody has a slight different take on it. But it's usually to keep your arm as steady as possible, keep your body as steady as possible, so the cue can go straight. Alex Higgins said, "Fuck all that," right? And he jumped up. It's really bad. It's sort of against the snooker, not the rules, but it's bad. Etiquette. It's bad. I wouldn't even say it's bad etiquette. It's just bad technique, right? Just to jump up after your shot, it's really bad for the shot. But Alex Higgins was so talented that he didn't really matter for him, and he seemed to just kind of get away with it. And he was Alex Higgins is probably the Mick Jagger of snooker.
He was. He used to smoke like a chimney. So in between shots, he'd be sat puffing up. Before it was all banned in public and stuff.
I heard a story about
smoking.
I heard a story about Alex Higgins from a friend where I played Matthew Stevens and Paul Ansel, these expo things you go to a place, you put your name down, and the celebrities there, the professionals there, and you play, right, and you play the professional one frame and that's it, and he turned up, Alex Higgins, to this thing. And he just went, "Where's my fucking money?"
Wow.
And he just went, "Without my money, I ain't playing." And the guy had to get his money for him first. Then he went, "Right, that was it." And then he played.
He was a character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he had a nickname, Duke. Guess what his nickname was? See if you can guess.
The snooker guy.
No,
Mr.
It
Snooker.
was way better than that. Come on, think Rockstar, man.
Snooky.
No.
Your mom, grandma's biscuits.
No,
I don't know.
it was called Alex the Hurricane Higgins.
Oh yeah.
See, come on, man, that's a rock star name for a snooker player.
That's like Hurricane Carter, Ruben, boxer.
Whoever that is. Oh, he's a boxer.
Whoever that is, how dare you?
How am I supposed to know? You can put these random names.
Is that the one that Denzel Washington played?
Yes.
There you go.
In the film The Hurricane.
Yes.
And then Bob Dylan wrote a song about that.
Now,
well, that happened first, and then it was a movie.
Yeah. Steve Davis didn't have a nickname till Spitting Image came out, and then they came up with one for him.
What was that?
Do you remember? Do you remember this, Ginny? Do you remember this?
Ginger boring bastard, was it?
No, Steve Interesting Davis.
Okay.
That's what he's. That was his tagline on Spitting Image. Was I'm Steve Interesting Davis.
Steve Davis got a rep for being very boring. He's a great player.
He was a boring player though. He used to use safety shots all the time, didn't he? He wasn't a very attacking player, so he was a bit boring to watch.
He wasn't.
He is us talking because we're both into snooker, so we're both talking about like, oh yeah, he was a boring player to watch because he was just safety shots all the time.
Because I'm not a big fan of Dennis Taylor, but Dennis Taylor won it in '85. And everybody was really happy that Dennis Taylor won it because I think Steve Davis won it like 3 times in a row. He's so fucking boring, and Dennis Taylor is the only other boring person that could put up with his shit.
Yeah, they needed a fucking 30-second timer on him.
He was actually Sumu was right. He was nicknamed the Nugget, Steve the Nugget Davis. Yeah.
Was that his actual nickname?
Yeah, because
I
he's
just
ginger.
remember knowing him as Steve Interesting Davis.
Yeah. It's all fun and games.
It's all kicking off, fucking snooker. Yeah, I will play this because I do like. I used to play snooker a lot as a teenager. I was never very good. I was never up to your standard, Ginny. I think the highest break I ever got was about 36 or something.
That's a good break. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it was reasonable. But I used to play nearly every week for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I was never, and I was one of these people who sort of was all right, but I was never brilliant.
No, okay.
I was sort of all right. I could knock in, average breaks were probably about 15, 20.
Sure.
So I was always kind of average, but I could hold my own. I used to enjoy it, but I was never brilliant at it.
Yeah.
So
the only other thing I'll say, the other thing I'll say about Snooker 19 is that there's a kind of free camera mode.
Okay.
So there's a camera angle. Very strange not to have a top-down camera angle. I think it's one of the first snooker games I've known not to have a top-down angle. But if you press Y, you kind of have like imagine like a first-person mode, but the person has broken their neck and can't function like a normal human being. All right, that is pretty much what it is, and it's the worst free look mode I've ever known. And when you're on a timer, when you're on a timer as well, it's just the worst. So that's the only sort of complaint. Apart from that, I think it's a great game. I really do. I'm so pleased with it. So if anybody's on the fence and think that 30 quid's a bit steep, first of all, you can get it for 25 on Amazon. So just fucking get over yourself. Second of all, what I will say is that this isn't like FIFA, where FIFA is guaranteed to get another fucking game every year. Snooker is like, well, we'll make one.
Who knows when there's going to be another snooker
Yeah,
game?
it is. You're exactly right. You're exactly just like, well, we'll make one because the Chinese are really enjoying snooker at the moment, so maybe they'll fucking buy it. But I don't know. Like, we'll give it to this developer. They look like they could make it, but if it doesn't sell, fuck it. We ain't gonna make another one for another 5 years. So, what I would say is buy it for me. Just buy it for me. If you're listening to the show, you don't even have to play it. Just buy it, not on the dodge, full price, and then and I won't give you the money back. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely buy a version of this because I do like snooker, so I will definitely get it.
Definitely.
Let me ask you though, before we move on, rather than, have you played the other snooker games then? The Snooker Nation and all this other stuff.
So it all kicked off. Did I talk about this? I don't think I did. Oh my god, it's been a week. It has been. So you
have not talked about the sort of Snooker Nation thing.
No. So the YouTube channel's kind of kicked off a little bit, right? We've had about 200 subscribers or 280 subscribers in the last 2 weeks, and it's all thanks to snooker. Believe it or not, it's crazy, and I'm very sort of honoured that it's happened. I'm very humbled. I recorded some videos in my car, talking about snooker game. I know.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
I know. Right. I needed to make some videos about talking about different topics. And I had no time to make them. So I got a GoPro. I had a GoPro on me, as you do, and I had one of those sucker things, attachments, and I put it on my window, and I just spoke for like 20 minutes, and I made about 5 videos from that, and put them together, and now they're on our YouTube channel. and some of them have been released, some of them haven't yet been released, and they've done really well. People have been people have been saying hashtag car videos are the best videos, so that's been happening, and we just got a lot of new people following us just for snooker. So I have to stay loyal to snooker. I'm definitely going to play more of it on the channel, but also because I made a snooker video about should you buy Snooker Nation 19. So Snooker Nation 19 is the other snooker game that has been released, and the developers from Snooker Nation 19 contacted me.
They did.
Dude.
And they said, hey, you know, because basically in the video I said, nah, buy Snooker 19, fuck this game. And I called Snooker Nation the bargain bin basement of snooker, the bargain bin game.
Kind.
I wasn't nice, but they were very nice. And they said, you know, I hope you give it a chance, please. And I thought about it. What's the right thing to do here? So I was like, just go head on. And I emailed her and I said, give me an interview then, right? And she said, yeah. So we did an interview over Skype, and she was lovely. Her name was Gemma, and she, I actually exactly know where her office is because I've been almost right by it in Didsbury, and yeah. So they talked about Snooker Nation 19. They gave me a free code to Snooker Nation 19. I played some of it. I admit I haven't played tons of it, but I will go back to it and give it a proper review. So yeah, there is that to talk about as well. It is £7, so it's a lot cheaper than Snooker 19. So it doesn't have the license, and their spin on it is licenses are really expensive, so they don't pay for it, so they can pass the savings on to you. So if you do think 30 quid is a bit steep for a snooker game, then there's Snooker Nation 19 as well.
So first impressions of Snooker Nation then compared to Snooker 19?
I just don't think it's a decent snooker engine, but it doesn't feel quite like snooker to me. They swear that it's a different type of engine to the pool engine they have, because there's Pool Nation as well, and I can only take their word for it. I'm sure they're right, but it's still even the sound when it bounces off the cushion, it seems to die when it hits the cushion. The physics don't seem quite right to me. Also, the power bar isn't as good. I know this is really finicky stuff now, but the power bar in Snooker 19 is really quite clever and quite different to other snooker games. But the power bar in Snooker Nation is really fiddly and really sort of awkward, and I just didn't get on with it at all. And they say they've done lots of updates, and I'm sure they have. They've improved the AI. To the last time the Snooker Nation came out was 2016, and I'm sure they have changed lots of stuff. But it must be all in the back end, because I didn't really notice.
So is this a game that's been in early access on Steam?
Correct.
For ages?
It's been in early access on everything. I bought it on the Xbox and on the PC years ago.
Yeah, so the code doesn't mean anything to you because you
no,
already own it.
It was a PlayStation code, so I just used that.
Right, okay.
But yeah, you know, it's okay. But it just, I don't think it compares, because you know the license does mean something. It really does, and I feel like the physics in Snooker 19 are better. I feel like they've nailed sort of the feel of snooker a lot more, whereas. Yeah, Snooker Nation just doesn't feel quite right to me.
Right, okay.
But the people from Cherry Pop Games were very, very nice, and they even invited me to their studio to have a little tour of their studio and do another interview with them. And seeing as it's kind of your way as well, Stu, maybe we should go together.
It's Manchester way, isn't it?
I believe.
Yeah.
I said to them I might take them up on it, because they've got
because they've got a VR version of it.
They've got a VR version coming, and I said I'm thinking to time it with that, you know, like when that's kind of in the works. I said, maybe now is a good time to come up and check it out and see how that goes.
You know, I like my VR.
And then somebody else in the comments said Vufu Studios, who are making This Is Snooker, which is coming out later this year, are in Birmingham. which I never knew.
Jesus Christ.
I know, they're on the Hagley
I mean,
Road.
they're like fucking buses. You go and get
They're
a snooker
fucking
game for 10
crazy.
years and then fucking 3 come at once.
But Snooker 19 developers are only in Leamington Spa. So
Oh.
they're all round by me.
You could just
They're
go and have
all
a tour. A tour of all the snooker
There's so much
developers.
snooker you can shake a snook at.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So my conclusion is Snooker 19 I think is the better snooker game. I haven't played much of the single player, but the online is lacking lots of features. Hopefully they'll update it. But the from what I know, and I'll investigate more next week and upload lots of career mode videos because people have been asking for them this week. And I'll come back next week and tell you about the single player a bit more. But hopefully they've updated it. Yeah, it wasn't working on the Xbox. The online wasn't working on the Xbox for a couple of days, and everybody was a bit pissed. But now they've updated it. It's fine. Snooker 19, everyone.
We have got to pick up the pace here. I haven't even talked about my 2 big games yet.
Wow,
All
we
right.
got big games to talk about. Go on then, Jude.
Right?
Go for it.
Do it.
All right, so I played a game called Supraland, the demo for it.
It's kind of like Snooker 19 by the sounds of it.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It's just
kind of,
like
except
that.
totally different.
Right.
There's a great video that made me lull when I went to the store page on Steam, and it said, Skyrim map, and it gave the square mileage, right? And then it said Grand Theft Auto map, and it gave the square mileage. And then it said, and it had like the relative size of each of those maps.
Yeah.
And then it said Superland map, and it's like 1 square mile or something. And it's like 0.1 square mile because it's someone's like sandbox in his backyard.
This looks like something that could be created in dreams.
Yeah, well, it's awesome.
That's
it's
what
a
it looks
really
like.
game. It's yeah. What can I say about it? It's a first person platformer adventure exploring game. There's not much adventure really. I shouldn't say that. It's about collecting coins, and all the coins you get power ups. So one of the first power ups is a double jump, right? So you can get to the places you couldn't reach earlier. And the graphics are. It's kind of Super Big Planet-ish or Little Big Planet-ish in that
It looks very nice.
Well, that's what I said. It looks like something you could make in dreams. It's that kind of aesthetic.
Yes, it is that kind of aesthetic. The gameplay is really fluid. I expected to play a little of this and then be ready to complain about it, but at least I played something new. But instead, I finished the whole demo, and when I got to the end of the demo, I was like, "Oh man, I was just getting into it."
Wow.
Wow.
Did you buy it?
I mean, I didn't put it on my wish list because I have so many games to play, but it's really solid. I was impressed by how good it was.
Yeah.
The combat most of the game is not combat. I kind of feel like the reason they put combat in there is so that if you need an upgrade and you're like 5 coins short, but you don't have anywhere else you can get to get more coins, then you can beat up some of the bad guys and get 1 coin for each of those. That's the sense I get about why there's combat at all.
Nice.
But mostly it's, platforming and, puzzle solving in that, you've got like this teeter-totter and you have to put your purple box in the right spot so that it moves forward. And then whenever you create a new purple box, the old one goes away. So it's sort of Portal-ish in that sense.
So why is there a giant pencil?
It's because it's in a dude's backyard.
Okay, I see.
All tiny, tiny, tiny stuff. You know what I mean? That was the joke of the map size.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So, it's really good. It's really well done. There's some sort of story. You're in the Red Kingdom. You're supposed to go deal with the Blue Kingdom or something, but that really isn't a big deal in the first part of the game where you play the demo.
I'm confused about what you've got to do.
Well,
collect coins, man. We're not listening.
The main purpose is just get to the Blue Kingdom, but along the way you keep meeting people who are like, hey, there's a barrel in here, and you have to figure out how to get to the barrel. And in order to get to the barrel, maybe you need to double jump. Okay, you don't have enough coins to buy the double jump upgrade, so you run around and find whatever coins you can get, and then that'll lead you to this place where, there's a hidden door back here or whatever it is. So
how many pencils can one dude have in his backyard?
I haven't seen all the pencils on the stream, but I'll take your word for it that there's a bunch of pencils. Or maybe you're seeing the same pencil over and over again.
No. It's definitely different pencils.
Okay, well.
Can we not focus on the pencils?
I'm trying not to, but I keep seeing them.
There's pencils.
I haven't seen one.
Anyway, I mean, it's really fluid. The controls are solid. You don't have a whole lot of reading to do. I mean, each person has something that they're saying, but it's not really very in depth.
Good.
You have to jump sort of back and forth. You're going around corners, which means you jump once to go around the corner and then back to get, you jump again to get back on the track you were on. It's good. It's rare that a first-person platformer works well for me, and this one does. So, yeah. If you're looking for something cute and fun, it looks like it's all ages friendly.
Yeah.
Superland, big thumbs up.
Nice.
Yeah, it does look. It looks interesting.
It is interesting.
It does look interesting. Right, I have played something else this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've played the Box Boy and Box Girl demo on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
What is Box Boy?
So Box Boy came out on the 3DS originally, the original Box Boy, and it's a side-scrolling, I'd like to say platformer because it kind of is, but you make boxes to solve puzzles or how to get from point A to point B.
Uh-huh.
Is probably the best way of describing it. And each level limits the amount of boxes that you can create in one go.
Gotcha.
So, do you remember those Rubik snakes? All those? Have you remember the Rubik snake? It's kind of so you create shapes like tetrominos to get from point A to point B. So you make steps or straight platforms or whatever, and then you can place them down. And to sort of like beat the game in the best way possible, you have to use the least amount of boxes to do it.
Yeah, sure.
So there's always a solution, but the less the boxes, the more medals you receive at the end of each level.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of clever. I've only played it gives you the whole first world, which is I think 9 levels in the demo.
Okay.
So it gives you 9 levels, but it's very original Box Boy-ish at the moment. The difference with this game is they've added Box Girl, so you can play in multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I haven't played that yet, so I need to maybe get Millie on that with me to try a bit of Box Boy.
What
with
kind
Box
of game
Girl.
is it, Stu?
It's hard, like I say, it's a platformer with boxes. It's really hard to describe.
2D.
It's like a puzzle platformer. Is the best description.
Right.
And like I say, the way you get, it's literally get from point A to point B with sort of traps and things that'll kill you in between. And you've got to work out how to use the boxes so you can create a box either up, down, left or right.
Mm-hmm.
So they've added in some new mechanics. The one on the screen now is a new mechanic. So where you can actually create boxes and then move to where the last box is. Now that might have been in the first game because it's a long time since I played it, but I don't remember it. I don't remember being able to get rid of bits of scenery using boxes.
Uh-huh.
So I could be completely wrong. So that's something that I feel like they've added into this new game.
When you put boxes down, it looks like the dude's taking a shit.
Yes, he does. He has to strain to get them boxes out.
I guess so.
He has to strain, man. It's not easy fucking creating boxes from your ass. So there you go. It's good though. I liked it, and I did like the first game a lot. So I did really enjoy the first game. So if this is any better, I don't know, but I feel like it could be. So yeah, it's good. See, that dude did that completely wrong because he just died.
Good for the audio listeners there, Stu.
I know, yeah. So it is pretty good. You've got to think more laterally and think, right, how do I do this particular thing? How do I get to that crown there? So there's a lot of that. But it's good. It's good. Give the demo. It's a free demo, so you've nothing to. It's not going to. More to say. I'll report back next week after I've played Box Boy with Box Girl, which in my case will be Millie. So we'll give the multiplayer a go and see what difference that is. Okay, Ginny, back over to you.
Nothing.
Anything else from you this week? Nothing from you this week.
No.
Duke, back over to you. Anything else?
Yeah, like I said, I've been playing a lot of these first-person shooter games. I put Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 back on. There are these servers doing this thing on Battlefield 4 where they'll use some sort of hack to make it seem like their server is full, and then you join the server, or almost full, and then you join the server and there's no one there. It's like, what? God damn it. So in order to find out how many people the server actually has, you have to go to the website and then click on the server info button, and then it'll give you a list of everybody who's in the server. And it'll say 60 people out of 64. You go and there's one person in the server. You're like, what the fuck? But at least you don't have to sit and wait for the whole thing to load.
Wow.
Anyway, that's why I went back to Battlefield 1, because at least
that seems like a lot of fun.
Well,
trying to figure out if anyone's in the actual server you're joining.
But I mean, when you find a server with people in it, I mean, Battlefield 4 is such a magnificent game. It's so good. So the fact that there are still so many people playing it at all is a really good sign. Anyway, whatever. Played a little COD Blops 2. I've been going back to that for some reason. I wanted some Call of Duty. Go figure. And Titanfall 2. Like I said, I played some multiplayer on that. But the other one that I got, because I went on Origin in order to reinstall Battlefield 4, and I pulled up Origin and it said, big sale, Star Wars Battlefront 2, $5. And I was like, well, $5? Shit, I could find $5 in the couch.
You probably can.
What kind of couch do you
do
have?
it.
Exactly, the money couch.
I have the cash couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought it and I installed it. I actually installed it on my hard drive and then had to uninstall it because I needed to make room for something else. And that was what decided me, oh yeah, I'm going to go get this new hard drive. You missed the whole story about me installing the hard drive, Chinny. It was exciting, fascinating.
Was it a romp?
Anyway, yes, I think this is the game that I wanted them to do when they did the first Star Wars Battlefront game.
What's different
Now,
to this one to the other one?
What's that?
What's different from this one? Because I played the first new one.
Right. So there's a bunch of different game modes. The first one didn't have that many. It had a couple, but not that many.
No.
The thing that this one does super well is the conquest mode is not rush mode.
Okay.
In other words, for the first one, when you played conquest, you had to capture the control points in a certain order, which is really frustrating if you're like me and you're not actually good at shooting people, but you are good at kind of sneaking around and getting that control point in the back of their, array,
Yeah.
and then you can turn the tide of the fight, which is one of the reasons I love the Battlefield games, because that is really satisfying. So this has that. Unfortunately, as you may know, this game had a lot of controversy because they had loot boxes and pay to win basically,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
people complained, and apparently according to the Wikipedia article, and I didn't check the source, but it has a footnote, EA responded to some complaints on Twitter, and one of their responses became the most downvoted comment ever on Reddit,
Wow.
which is saying a lot.
People
But-
care. People care about this stuff.
But they changed some things, and so now all the stuff in the loot crates are cosmetic. It's
Right.
nothing paid anymore. But meanwhile, a lot of people have stopped playing this game.
Yes.
Oh no, it had one of the worst launches ever.
Yeah.
Right. So meanwhile, when they just announced, EA just announced some new Star Wars game, they said, there's no loot boxes. Don't worry, everybody.
Well,
we're
it's,
not-
it's an adventure game, isn't it? So there's no loot boxes, no nothing.
Well, you could put loot boxes in anything if you want, but anyway, they said they're making a big deal out of the fact that they're not being the same assholes they were, at least not in that way. So the question is this a good game? And I think it is. I really feel like it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's not very many people playing it, so finding a game takes a while. And there's no bots. One of the best things about the original Battlefront 2 from way back in the day was that you could play Galaxy Conquest against bots, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And you can't do that in this game.
You just love your bots, don't you, Duke?
I like playing against bots. There's nothing wrong with playing against bots.
Because you can kill their asses. And
Well, there's
they're not
that.
as good.
It's also it's frustrating to buy a game and then not be able to play it because there's no one else around.
Yeah, and
Now,
this is purely online, isn't it? There's
No.
no single player.
Yes,
No,
there
actually,
is.
that's the thing that's different
there?
about this. There actually is a campaign this
There's
time.
a campaign.
I don't know
Okay.
why this is the campaign. I'm not trying to play the campaign.
You don't play that shit.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's really good. I'm really having fun with it. Yeah, I got my $5 worth. So, thumbs up on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Very good.
It's a very pretty
Uh,
game.
It is a pretty
Very
game.
pretty.
It does look
It
pretty.
gives me what I want, Star Wars. And I haven't played the hero thing. I'm actually, for whatever reason, even in the original one back in the day, I was never into being Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or whatever. I just want to be a grunt with an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that shit.
Yeah. I don't even like
Um,
getting the AT-ATs or whatever.
Well, I've only played one other game this week.
Go ahead.
I'll talk about that.
What game
which
is
is
that?
which is Golf Story.
Yeah.
That's not what it says on your list here.
Well,
It says
I'm not going to talk about that game. I did put it on
should
there,
talk
but
about it 'cause it's an awesome game and everyone loves it.
yeah. The only thing I'll say about that game, I will mention this.
Skyrim.
it was such a beautiful day today, which Chinny will attest to in this country. It's been a lovely day.
Lovely.
I thought, while I'm sat in the garden, I can play Skyrim on the Switch. How cool is it that I can play Skyrim on my Switch in the garden, except you can't.
Oh, and why not?
Well, you can, but when it went to nighttime in the game, I could see nothing on that screen, even on its brightest setting. We're underneath the parasol, you know. It's fine thinking how mobile that thing is, you know, like you can take it outside or whatever, but unless it's dark outside, you can't see the screen.
It's playing outside.
Yeah, but
you could just wait until it got day in the game, like just go to sleep.
Yeah, that's it. But when I was playing Golf Story's fine in the daylight, so that was no problem. Sat outside, so I played that instead today. So I did try a bit of Skyrim, but I was like, fuck this shit, I can't even see anything. And I was trying, you know, the first bit where you go to the first city. Is it Whiterun, isn't it? The first place you go to.
Well, Riverwood is the first village, but I assume...
well, the city. I did say city. Yeah.
Yeah, but
or town.
Yes.
So yeah, went to Whiterun. I couldn't even see how you got in. It was that dark. I'm like, where's the door? Where's the door to this place? So I was like, fuck this shit. So I turned that off and played more Golf Story instead. So I've rescued the baby turtles. I've got the daddy and mummy turtles on side.
I still don't know if you're talking about Skyrim or Golf Story yet.
I know. That's it. And I've also fed 10 fish today.
Oh,
so
Skyrim
it is.
Skyrim.
Damn it,
fed 10 fish. And completed the Lurker course. So I've done that as well. So I've done the 9-hole course at Lurker. So I'm on my way back to report back to Lucky to tell him some inside info shit on Lurker Valley or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's where I'm up to in Golf Story.
It's a good game, isn't it? It's class.
It is very good.
It's great.
I've got loads of cash as well. I keep digging up cash now. I've got me digger.
Yeah, no, you figured out a very easy mechanic.
Out what the fuck I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
How you actually, you know, put something on yourself or you like enable one of your new golf clubs you've just bought.
Yeah.
So yeah, done that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not as sort of difficult to play as I thought it was. You know, sometimes felt it was a bit vague, but it isn't once you get used to it.
It does get a little tricky towards the end. Some of the last sort of like, you know, like the boss and the pre-boss kind of matches.
Yeah, see, I don't even know what that means, but I'll.
Well, not like, but what I mean by boss is kind of like the you
like
have to
boss.
Basically, you have to play golf, right? And the people that you have to play against are pretty good at the end.
Yeah, so you've got to get like eagles and birdies on the
area. You have to play pretty well, yeah. And it definitely led to me sort of going, fucking hell, like playing it again and again.
AI.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed,
so yes, it's pretty good. I like the diversity of stuff they get you to do. Just
there's tons of stuff, and there'll be more. And I guarantee there'll be something in this game, and you'll be like, I never would have guessed this was going to be in it.
I never thought of that in a million years.
Yeah, so creative.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I think it's a perfect Switch game.
It is. It's brilliant.
It is. It really is. So there you go, Golf Story. That's it. That's it for me this week, and I'm assuming that's it for you. Is it, Duke?
That's it for me.
That's it for you, Chitty. So you know what time it is?
It's news time.
That shit. Yeah, email time. That's what time it is.
Email time. Email time. Email time. Email time.
Whoa, that ruled.
That ruled. Right, okay. First email this week is from Smudgips or something like that. I don't know how you say that shit. Smundips. Yeah, anyway. Dear veteran gamers, aka the three twats, as you understand you are already.
Whoa.
And what the fuck?
Why you gotta go there, buddy boy?
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Bit fucking harsh. That
accurate.
Isn't it?
So yeah, harsh.
It's not wrong, but.
Due to the fact that I'm always playing catch up with your podcast and therefore my infrequent emails are variously sent each week after the topic they relate to has passed its best before date, may I steal this advance opportunity to be the first to profoundly, passionately, poignantly, and piercingly proffer my panegyric pleasure procured from playing your preposterous and priceless podcast number
I
500.
love the alliteration.
Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of big words there. Congratulations indeed. Now, all joking aside, if Duke would kindly play the Ripple in Time soundbite clip.
I see what you did there. I got you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Think about the predicament you in, dog, before you talk getting.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, wrong one.
Never gets old. I will comfortably return to the present day, where I have to request to make regarding your impending 500th edition. To celebrate this truly staggering achievement of reaching such a milestone in podcasting, it would be truly heartwarming and indeed apt to hear a few congratulatory messages from some of your more notable contributors over the years, such as the likes of Surface Lizard. Yeah, I don't even know how that would happen. Bless him. Melissa Hutchinson, that I am trying to sort that out about. I did send an email. There you go. We'll just pretend he's here.
Yeah.
Vlados, well, that can be arranged. No issues there. Bob the businessman.
How do you say there, people? All right.
And perhaps even Chad Warden himself.
Yes, Chad Warden.
I'm sure you get the picture. So how's about it, folks? I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Who knows? Now, whilst I have your attention, I have noted that you all enjoy a good gaming-related list compiling exercise on occasion.
Oh, yeah, I love
And
a
as
good gaming list.
And as it happens, no Jimmy Savile reference intended, Stu, I have just such a topic for you. So, Stu, Duke, and Chinny, can I ask you each to name your favourite fictional musicians or artists who have appeared in a video game?
Oh, in a video game?
Yeah, so fictional.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Wu-Tang Clan had a game, so I don't know.
But that's not a fictional musician.
They're not fictional, right? That's what I was saying. They're not fictional.
Not fictional. I think this is really difficult because even me knowing in advance, I was like, I don't know, I don't remember really thinking much about.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
The only one I can kind of think of is the British guy from Vice City was some sort of DJ. That's about it.
That is about it.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of any. Anyway, he's thought of loads to help us out.
Oh, good.
So here's his top three, being at number 3, the B Sharps, which is the barbershop.
They were in a game. What game were they in?
BioShock Infinite. So they were the barbershop
really?
quartet. Yeah, BioShock Infinite.
Nice. I didn't realize it was them.
I know. Number 2 is Sam B, the almost lovable career-faltering one-hit wonder rapping sensation from Dead Island.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Which is a guy. He was one of the people you could play as, wasn't he? Sam B. He was.
Yeah.
One of the,
he was.
Yeah, he was the big guy, wasn't he?
Who Do You Voodoo Bitch was his song.
Yeah. So that's
and,
one of them.
it's a very smart song about who do you voodoo.
Voodoo, hoodoo, what you don't dare do, people.
See?
And at number 1, it has to be the bourbon-soaked hard rock legends, the Midnight Riders, as forever immortalized in the Left 4 Dead franchise.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Now you see the one I remember now that's reminded me of one, and I don't know what they were called. But the bit in Alan Wake when you have to protect the stage, and I can't remember. There is a band, isn't there, linked to which is
they're called the Fat Slags.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
The big fat slags.
Aren't they the two guys you meet in the cafe at the beginning, or the restaurant?
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Diner?
Yeah, the fat slags.
The fat slags. And the records playing while you're defending the stage. One of my favourite bits of Alan Wake.
Yeah.
I love it. Such
their single was called the Mega Twats.
Mega Twats. No, that's us. You got
oh yes, yes.
Get it mixed up.
Of course.
I would be interested to see if you can come up with any others of note. Yeah, I'll bet you will, because it's fucking difficult.
Not at all. Not even close.
To add to that somewhat tenuous list, it is definitely a tenuous list. I was thinking about placing GLaDOS at number 1 for an unforgettable rendition of Still Alive. But there's a song only featured during the end credits of Portal. I thought that might potentially disqualify it. I guess it counts, kind of. It's in the game.
We'll count it because we can't think of anything else.
Well, on that musical note, I shall be signing off. I just want to start the final season of the Walking Dead game, which I was relieved to hear Stu give the thumbs up to. And whilst on that very same subject, I will just add that Chinny is absolutely correct when he says that the most recent season of the TV series is truly back on unmissable form. Stu, take note.
It is better. I'm just kind of fed up with the whole thing. It is a better season. The current one is better.
Yeah.
But I just kind of want them all to
I
die.
think I find it very difficult to go back to.
I just want them all to die now. Do you know what I mean? I just fucking die.
Just fucking kill them all for heaven's sake. Just get rid of them all.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, until next time, keep calm and carry on. Follow that camel.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Indeed, did it.
Good question. I wish we could have
answered it better, but it was a difficult one.
Sorry, yeah, we couldn't think of anything.
Nope. We'll do it live. Next email. Sorry, I am not Lewis.
You should be sorry. Why aren't you Lewis?
I wish you was Lewis.
We'd like you a lot better if you were Lewis.
Hi, Stu and Duke.
Yo, what about Chinny?
Mike.
Wow.
I'd just like to say, I'd like to start by saying I'm glad Chinny is trying to plug his Instagram and then straight up ignored my question when I messaged him.
Snap.
Oh, let me have a look.
I'm sorry I'm not Lewis. Why don't you start kissing him if you love him so much? Jesus. You're shitty.
What's this chap's name?
Michael.
Where the fuck did he send me a message?
I don't know. He said he sent you a message on fucking Instagram and you just ignored him.
Damn, that's harsh.
Oh, God.
Anyway, as fucking Chinny couldn't be asked, I have a question regarding AC. As someone who slugged the absolute hell out of that game for 1000 G, do you think adding hundreds of fetch quests as filler is better or worse? So come on, Chinny, since you didn't answer his question on Instagram, what do you think?
Sorry, I can't see this message.
I don't know. Look, I can only tell you
really know.
Written in the email.
Right, I was too busy looking for Michael's message to hear the question. So what's the question?
So his question is regarding Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
As someone who has slugged the absolute hell out of that game for 1000 G, do you think adding all those hundreds of fetch quests as a filler is better?
Oh
or
my
worse?
God, I did see his message.
You
just
fucking
don't care. You just hate
bad
him.
No, it's
person.
not that. It looked like spam.
Oh.
It looked like spam. I wasn't quite sure.
Come on, let's hear
sorry,
the message.
Michael. No, I can't get it now because I got rid of it. It looked like spam. I didn't know what it was.
Spam, spam, spam,
the way it was
spam,
laid
spam,
out.
Spam.
Lovely spam.
You've got spam with spam and spam with spam
Yeah,
and
the-
spam.
I'm so sorry, Michael. I'll tell you what, Michael. Send me another message and I'll rectify that and
I love spam. I'm having spam, spam, spam,
Anyway,
spam.
you still not answered the
Baked
question.
beans, Spam, spam, and spam.
So
Jesus
what?
Christ.
So what's the question again? I'm so sorry, Michael.
So, I have a question regarding Assassin's Creed. As someone who slugged the absolute hell out of the game for 1000 G, do you think that adding hundreds of fetch quests as a filler is better or worse?
It's worse.
I don't think there's any positives to fetch quests.
No, it's just worse. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I do remember that message now. I feel so bad. But yeah, it's worse, and it's a fucking nightmare. I just have no desire to go back to it at all,
Yeah. It does carry on. Assassin's Creed Origins, I found myself carrying injured idiots from
Did you
one
just
place
do a
to
Trump and
another.
say oranges?
No, Origins.
I thought you said oranges.
I could have done, but I don't think I did. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Origins, oranges. I found myself carrying it. I said that on purpose, though. Injured idiots from one place to another for them just to jump straight back to their feet.
Yeah, they do
Thank
that.
Bastards.
Yeah, yeah. I can't walk. You carry them, and then they're just like they get up straight away. You know, you fucking
Like there was nothing wrong. I like that.
pricks.
Also, I'd like to add that having seen your recent interviews, I've developed a bit of a man crush on you, Stu.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Aye. Having listened to the podcast for at least 3 years now, I'm sure I've seen photos of you guys around, and the image I had of Stu in my head was completely off the real thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It always is.
If you think
It
I'm
always
sexy,
is.
and
It
my
always
name is
Sexy
Stu.
Man.
Come on, then.
Thanks, guys. Keep up the podcast and great work. Much love, Michael. So even though you ignored him, he's still.
Somebody got really offended
Still
that
have
I'm.
the same name.
Somebody got really offended on the live stream that I missed their chat, and like unsubscribed and everything. Just like, well, if you ain't gonna read the fucking chat, fuck
No,
you.
it's amazing. People get like really.
And I was
upset.
like, I didn't even see it. I don't know, what the fuck are you talking about? So, Michael, I'm so sorry.
Just assume that it's mean.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I just, I must have.
Do you know, I'm always, especially at the moment, you know, when we're getting all these frigging. Luckily, if you have Gmail, it separates out social stuff, so all the YouTube comments go in a different bit.
Oh, thank God.
But I know, thank fuck for that, because there's so many of them. But on my tablet, I use the built-in one, and it doesn't filter anything. So
God.
And I keep worrying I'm going to miss someone's email. You know, someone will send an email and I'll miss it.
Oh no, it's horrible to be popular, isn't it?
I know, horrible, horrible.
You know what? I'll think again when we want all these fucking.
Do you know?
views.
Can you imagine though how many YouTube comments like the massive channels must?
I know.
get?
Well, you can't read them,
It's
can
just
you?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I mean, like it's a very small insight to knowing why celebrities don't like reply. Like you think, how dare they not? But like we're nothing. We're no one, right? We're just a bunch of fucking losers, and it's really hard to keep up with the messages that we get. And so it's like, fucking hell, it's a nightmare. But also at the same time, it has completely changed us, hasn't it? This recent thing, Stu. So we are complete divas now.
Right, we are. I am a diva.
Mm-hmm.
Ginny's always been a diva, to be fair.
Right, read on.
Anyway, the next email is from Jason. And he says this: "You're never gonna get it.
Never
gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
I will never understand why you discredit my worth as a public educator. I will, however, use this message to promote not a family show. I don't think we've ever tried to discredit him. Have we tried to discredit his work?
I don't know.
Not that I'm aware of. Anyway, the reason he's saying is because he's talking about P-Town.
Yeah.
P-Town. I don't think have we ever discredited P-Town? I don't think we
No.
have. I've downloaded that thing. I can't say as I've listened to it all, but I have listened to some of it.
I've listened to, I think, about halfway through now.
Yeah, so there you go. What are you talking about?
I downloaded it, I just haven't listened to it.
A story of one African-American man's journey to save the world from the cult of P-Town, Oklahoma. He has to deal with racism, homophobia, and a psychopathic doctor, hillbillies, a mysterious drag queen, a leg-humping dog named Duke, weirdly, the Cumalots, Boo Fowler, a talking owl, and so much more. If you are one of the many twats that hasn't listened to this podcast, then it's time you upped your game. There is a lot we can learn from Willie B. Nugget, but if you're just going to sit back and talk shit, then maybe it's too late for you. I hope not. The world is counting on you. P-Town is available everywhere. Just search P-Town. Explicit as fuck, you crybaby Game of Thrones, porno, violent video game players that think P-Town is too explicit. I don't fucking get it. You go back to your high horse, bitch, and ride up that trash TV asshole while you still can. I don't know who I'm fucking talking to.
Y'all know what he's talking about.
I know. I feel better now. P-Town, available everywhere to find the podcasts like this veterans one you're listening to right now. By the way, it's free as fuck, so download that bitch right now.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
My podcast. I don't know. I think it was just an advert for P-Town.
Yeah, good job, P-Town.
Yeah, good job, P-Town. So, P-Town. So, listen.
Did we get paid for that? Because I don't know what that was.
We should have a jumbotron, and we won't read emails that are just self-promotion, but you can pay us $100.
Pay us $100 a time.
My brother and me.
Yeah. I think Jason's making cash off it.
Good job,
cash.
Jason.
Apparently, Lewis
nicest thing I've said in 10 years. Damn.
Yeah, Lewis likes P-Town. So there you go. Likes a bit of P-Town. Right, that's it for emails, but we have got a quiz speak pipe off.
Quiz pipe.
Quiz pipe time. Oh, God. Whoa. Hold the
Whoa.
phone. Hold it. Lewis has just sent a email very late to the show, so we better read that shit.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell,
Okay,
Lewis.
one more email, people. You thought you got away with it, but there's another one coming. Here it goes.
Fucking hell, Lewis.
Yeah, fucking hell, Lewis. Hello.
Hi, Lewis.
So, veterans, I want to take you back in time to last Thursday night.
Oh,
I'd just come off a holiday. I was in the car going home, watching Chinny's stream of snooker. What a world we live in.
I love Lewis.
He's in his car,
I love him.
watching you stream snooker, fucking live. What is that? If that would have blown my mind as a kid.
I know. It's crazy.
Fucking would have done.
That somebody
Would've done.
watched me play snooker. Fake
Exactly.
snooker.
Fake snooker.
It's
I
not
was so
fake snooker. It's real video snooker.
Video snooker.
This email gets better. I was so I think he's got a bit of Jason in him. Actually, I hope.
No. Lewis. Lewis is the man.
I was so excited to get home and play it. I thought my dick would fire from me and missiles into the seat in front.
My goodness.
What he's going? I think you need to see a
Weird
doctor.
way to
Lewis,
describe
you think it's
that.
good. Yeah, that does sound weird. Serious, I know. So I got home late, went to bed. The next day, I was horrified to find my mum removing my games consoles from my room and putting them in a big box. Oh, yeah, baby.
Wow.
She's stopping me from playing to focus on GCSEs, and I'm quite
Wow.
upset that I can't play any console games for at least another month. Do you know what, Lewis, right? Whoa. I'm gonna get serious with you now. You're in the chat. I know you're listening. Lewis? But yeah, look, here's the thing, right? GCSEs are really important. So as much as I feel for you, because I can understand the upset of you having your consoles removed, if you were playing on them a lot rather than revising, and I'm talking as a dad here because I'm old, all right?
You need to be working, not playing games.
I think if you can't control your urges to play games rather than revise, then I think it's a good thing.
You don't want to know what I think about that subject.
Yeah, you don't give a shit though, do you?
Fuck your revision.
I've used
Look, do you look?
I've used
It's
my
important.
GCSEs probably once in my life, and that was to the question: do you have GCSEs?
But yeah, it's important to do well in GCSEs, Lewis. So
course.
as horrible as it feels at
It's
the
a
moment,
very small window of your life where you have to do it.
It is. It's only a month. You can do without gaming for a month. Cold
You'll
turkey.
be fine.
And think of how satisfying it'll be once you do.
At least I have my iPad with GTA. Yeah, until she finds out and figures out you're doing that as well. Yeah, she'll figure it out. LCS. Wow.
Sorry, there's a guy in the chat called Smith, John, and Smith, John has first of all has a very freaky picture for.
That's a good picture.
The avatar, but also only comes into the comments and talks about Virtual Pool 4. Like does nothing else apart from say Virtual Pool 4 is the best game. Stop playing this and play Virtual. So I don't know if he works for Virtual Pool 4 but he's just, and now he's just said lol in the chat,
He's just said lol.
which
He doesn't
makes
say
me
something
sad
different.
because he hasn't committed to his sole purpose in life, which is to tell me
wait a
that.
minute. Oh, he's done a follow up because
He has done a follow up because it's the best. Lol. Thank you. So I admire your dedication. He wants me to play Virtual Pool 4. I get the inkling that he does, and I
don't
will.
know how.
I don't know. You could call me a bit of a mind reader. He didn't say
That's right.
stop snooking.
Ian wants to know: is there any live snooker going on? Not at the moment because we do a
No, I'm
podcast.
sorry,
as
we
well, so
do.
Fortunately, no.
No, these other two fuckers don't give a shit about you. I
We
do,
don't give a shit
Ian.
about
I
snooker.
care about you.
Actually, I do like snooker.
But yeah, so Smith, thank you so much for coming in the comments and telling me to play virtual. He did say He didn't say stop playing Snooker 19. He wants me to just add Virtual Pool 4 to my current roster of video game playing. I will play it. I will. He's working on me. He's wearing me down. What can I say?
Well, he just carries on. I just think from watching Snooker 19 that Virtual Pool 4 is just better. Is all.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe he's
Well,
right. I
Snooker
don't.
19 is okay. Snooker 19's okay.
Have you tried Virtual Pool 4?
No.
Well, all right then. How do you know which is
I
better?
don't. No, maybe he's right. I have no idea. But I just love his persistence. He's just like, no.
He's going for a look. Got to give him props, man.
Maybe he works there. That's my
If
theory.
he's a melting clock, then he has
It
persistence.
doesn't work there. He just loves
Memory! Persistence and memory. Get it?
Nobody got that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, there is more to Lewis's email. He
Hilarious
carries
art
on.
joke.
He carries on. Just a minute. Oh, so it's not all bad because he can play GTA on his iPad, but I really wanted to play snooker.
Snooker.
Last week, Chini said.
All the time.
Last week, Chini said he was loving Minecraft again. Funny thing, because a few weeks ago it came on Game Pass, and all the lads at school started playing it, and everyone's hooked. And the holidays started with everyone playing it non-stop. It's a phenomenon. Once again,
Yes, it is.
I bought it for my Switch and was playing it on the plane. Not much else to say. It's just Minecraft. Everyone knows what it's like. So, time for this week's big question.
Ooh.
Okay, hit
I
us.
I have a GCSE English exam where I have to write a story.
Nobody cares. What kind of dorks do you think we are? We're gonna help you with your English story. Well, first you should write once upon a time, and you make sure your predicates aren't gerunds.
Do
What?
you want to listen to his question or not?
So the joke there, people. For those who don't know, I'm an English teacher, so I'm making fun of myself there. You see? It's very insouciant. Go ahead, hit me. What's your question? Shoot. Let me hear you.
I'll need characters, so it'd be great if you and the listeners gave me 4 good names for characters to use.
All right,
Really
Frank
scraping.
Rizzo, Dragonborn Sovngarde. The next character is going to be named CJ, and the final character is going to be named Witcher P. Witchman.
It sounds like you gave more than 4 names.
I think there's an obvious answer here. Like 3 of them need to
Belly.
be 3 of them need to be Stu, Mike, and Eric, right?
Yeah,
that'd be funny. Yeah, definitely. Got to be us, man. Put us in your game.
Put us in.
Your game, in your story. Put us in your story.
Or Mario, Luigi, Princess. That's a dumb name. And Toad.
Toad.
She is a name.
Toad.
What about Ken, Ryu, Blanca,
Yeah.
Guile?
Guile. See if you can
Good
get
name.
Guile in your story.
What about? Oh, here are your names. I got your names. You ready? Galaga, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and GTA 5. Oh, you thought it was going to be another classic arcade game, but it wasn't. Psych.
I don't know whether this will be the same for him as it was for Millie, but when Millie did her story, the teacher gave them an idea of because they have to write it around the theme or include a specific line in the story or something like that.
Limiting their creativity. Nope.
So what she did was give them some ideas that might be generic enough that they could include the line.
How about Dragon Rectum? There's a good line.
Dragon Rectum.
Include that, kid.
So Millie had already written her story, and that's what she used in the exam, and just fitted in whatever the theme thing was that they had to do.
Well, sure.
So she practiced the story many times to get the punctuation and everything
So
right.
let me get this right. The GCSE, this is like your graduation exam, right?
Well, yeah, it's the final exams you have at school.
So yes is the answer to that question. And you have a creative writing component to that?
Yes.
Damn, that goes to show one of the major differences between y'all's school system and ours. Our school system doesn't give a fuck if you can write creatively or not. You tell a story, no one cares. Can you analyze this grammar? That's what matters to us. Stupid Americans.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's what we do.
To answer your question, we don't have any actual names for you.
No, no, we don't.
Holden Caulfield, how's that for a name? Use that.
So they have, the other thing, I don't know whether
Gatsby, comic great. Romeo Montague, there's a good name.
I'm assuming you have English literature as well, do you, over there? Do you have that?
Yeah.
What?
I've read some English literature.
So do you have
Dave
that as part
Copperfield,
of your
there's a good name
curriculum?
for you. There's English literature. What?
Do you have that as part of your curriculum?
Well, I mean, we have a British literature class.
Yeah, I suppose that's the same, kind of.
Guess so. I mean, not all, but whatever. It also includes Scottish, but whatever. I don't know that we have any Scottish writers in that course, to be honest. I think it is basically English literature, but I haven't looked at the book list too carefully.
Yeah, so that's what Millie had to do. You have 2 GCSEs. One's English literature. Anyway, we talk about GCSEs.
This is really boring me.
This is why people tune in. No, we want to talk about more about snooker.
Yeah, let's talk.
But I think seriously, people would rather hear that.
No, they probably would. Anyway, he says, right, I'm tired, and I'm going. Bye for now, veterans. Good luck, Lewis Lopeman. Study hard and do well.
Don't fail out become a failure.
Don't do what I did and
Yeah.
just absolutely blag it, and everything worked out fine. Don't do that.
Start your own business and make a lot of money. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Link's throwing.
Are we ready for
things, I
speak
think, will
pipes?
find. Yeah, let's do speak pipes.
Speak
Pipe. It's the way to leave a message for
Crap. It
us.
feels like the show's never going to end. All right. We have a quiz from Derek. That's the only speak pipes, right? This one and the answer?
Yeah, there's nothing else.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Here comes the quiz. You ready?
Ready.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Sains again. I've got a quick quiz for you.
Yay.
Just one word from a song, and you've just got to guess the artist
Oh
or
my
the group,
goodness.
both.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, that's pretty harsh. Like, name
Sounds
that tune with just one word. But I'm guessing it's going to be pretty evocative, this word. Well, let's find out.
And that's it. So let's get started with number one.
What the fuck?
I have no idea what that sounds like. Tom.
What the fuck is this show?
I have no clue.
What part of?
What the fuck is that?
You understand?
Derek, I love you, Derek.
I don't
What
know.
the
It felt
fuck
like
was
something
that?
by Queen. It sounds.
You know what it sounded like? It
That
sounded
did
like
not
you.
sound like Queen. What are you talking about? Queen
I don't
song
know.
listening to. It sounds like you have your Queen records.
All right, it sounded like Stu. Stop. What I've told you about being funny, right? What
just doing
it
a
sounded
sound
like. It sounded like Derek was about to play a clip and then died.
I'm saying Tom Waits. Stu says Queen. Chinny, do you want to take a guess as to the
I
artist?
think Derek has died.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to get the artist, not the song, don't we?
Or both, he said. All right, here comes number two.
Is that it?
Why don't you shush?
Shut
I
up.
will tell you when we're done. Here comes number two. Be quiet.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
Kate
Kate.
Bush.
That's Kate Bush.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Wuthering
well,
Heights.
I don't
It's
know,
called.
but fair enough. All right, here comes number three.
And three.
Love me do.
The
Beatles.
Beatles.
Yeah.
And number four.
See, he's doing a good job of choosing long, drawn-out words. Because you could easily do this where it's just like, ah, and that's it. And
I
it's
know,
like,
it's a lot of work.
okay.
A lot of work. Let's go.
All right, here we go. That's Blondie from Rapture.
No,
It
you're
is.
wrong. That's Corn.
What?
What?
It does kind of sound like Corn. Blondie and Corn have a lot
No,
in common.
it is Blondie, that.
No, I think
Blondie.
it's Corn. I think you'll find it's Corn.
And on to number five.
Is that Cameo with Word Up?
I think that's. I think you might be wrong there. That might be Limp Biscuit.
I think I see what Ginny's doing here. He's just saying incongruous, wildly different musicians. Well, I'm going to say Cameo, Word Up. I don't think it actually is Cameo, but that's my best guess. So, all right, here's the next one.
Number six.
It's number six. What?
I couldn't even hear
That was
that.
Marilyn Manson.
It sounded like something like Butt. Here, I'm going to play that one again so we can
Play
hear
it again. Play it again.
All right, here we go. Play it again. It says, hello, butt. Someone's greeting someone's butt.
Marilyn
No
Manson.
idea what that is.
Here comes number 7. Oh, that's Party for Your Right to Fight, or Fight for Your Right to Party by the Beastie Boys. What?
It is.
Yeah. Party for Your Right to Fight is Public Enemy, but that's not what it was. It was the Beastie Boys.
Marilyn
Number
Manson.
What was it?
Number 8.
Holiday by Madonna, that was.
Oh, yeah, it is Holiday. Good call.
Marilyn Manson.
Shut up about Marilyn
Shut
Manson.
up.
Here comes number 9.
Well, that's Queen.
Okay.
Oh,
What's-
well, landed inside out here. 200 degrees, that's what they
Here
call
comes
them.
number
It's
10.
Fahrenheit.
What?
10.
Oh, I know that
Oh.
one. Hold on.
Play it again. Play it again.
Number 10.
Oh, it's Missy Elliott. It's Missy
Is it?
Elliott. Get your freak on.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Quiet. Hush your
Engage with
mouth.
that
Here comes number 11.
Spot. And I'll give you 2.
What?
Number 10. Number 11 for this part. And I'll give you 2 more in the next bit and the answers.
2 more? Jesus. It just keeps
the,
going.
the last one, Friends, I think that was Flight of the Conchords, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell. All right, here comes the next speak pipe with 2 more questions on it.
This is complicated.
I know, right?
Hey, veteran gamers, here are 2 final clues and then the answers. So number 12.
Whatever.
That's,
Shakira, you fucking.
Shakira.
Finally, number 13.
That's Bruno Mars.
No idea. Okay.
Okay, that's the
Okay,
clue.
let's.
So here are the answers. Number 1 was Louis Armstrong with What a Wonderful World.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, now that I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up.
Bush, Wuthering Heights. Number
There you
3, The Beatles, Love Me Do.
Yep.
Number 4, Blondie or Debbie Harry with
There you
Rapture.
go. Rapture.
Number 5 was Prince with Alphabet Street.
Hey, it was Prince. Good job, soul brother.
Number 6, Judy Garland or Dorothy Gale with Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Wow.
Marilyn
Number
Manson.
7 was the Beastie Boys with
Yeah,
Fight for
Beastie
Your Right to
Boys.
Party. Number 8 was Madonna and Holiday.
There you go, Stu.
Number 9, Queen or Freddie Mercury with Don't Stop Me Now.
How about that?
10 was Missy Misdemeanor Elliott with
Go,
Get Your
Chinny.
Freak On.
Go, Chinny.
11
It's the Miss Elliot to get the freak on.
was Frank Sinatra with My Way.
Ah,
12 was Shakira with Whenever,
that's
Wherever.
right.
And finally, number 13 was Bruno Mars with 24 Karat Magic.
All right.
Chinny.
Getting some photographs ready for next week from the Arcade Club meetup
Ooh.
in Bury. So I'll hopefully send it to you for the next week's show. So until then, I just say keep on gaming.
It'd be
Yeah,
great
thank
if
you.
one week he just went, and for next week's show. What the fuck is he doing now?
And I
Some
think
sort of-
that indeed is that.
For next
And
week,
indeed, that.
next week's show, he just said, and keep on, just fuck off. That's what I want him to do all week.
Keep on fucking yourself.
Go
Keep fucking that
fuck
chicken.
yourself, you twat. No, I
Right.
have no idea.
All right. Well, thank you for that speak pipe
yeah,
there.
thank you,
Appreciate it.
Derek. We always like a quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do indeed. Right, that's kind of it. We need to do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
It's time for some shout outs.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Shout outs. Right, so Duke, we'll go with you first.
I'm going to shout out everybody who's been wrecking shop on the Overseas Podcast Minecraft server. I'm talking about Bongo. I'm talking about Marcanix. I'm talking about Nicole. I'm talking about the people whose names I can't remember, Man and Blue, what's his name? Chopper Kelly. Chinny is ostensibly there, but he's hiding in a place nobody knows about. And I'm probably
It's
forgetting
called Snooker 19.
Yeah, Snooker 19, baby. I'm trying to remember who else is on this server. Yeah, Marcanix just got a cool Minecraft Xbox One controller. And yeah. Bongo the Sane, did I say that? Filthy, he's the man. And I finished my Shrine to Oshun. So if anybody wants to see my Shrine to Oshun, come on by the server.
What the fuck is Oshun?
I have no fucking clue.
Oshun is the Yoruba goddess of water.
Makes even more sense now.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know any gods unless it's from Europe.
I don't care about gods.
Uh-huh. But if I said Thor, you'd know who that is, don't you?
Cool.
Brother
It's the
Thunderman.
new Marvel
Eurocentric,
So
movie.
fucking cool, that's why. He's a cool god.
Yeah, Oshun is cool too. So why don't you keep your
Doesn't
Eurocentric
sound very cool.
supremacy to yourself?
What's his special power? Or her special
Her, I
power?
said goddess. I quite
Well, what the fuck? Who
Got it.
cares? What's her special power?
her special power, right? Moving
Yeah,
on.
What is it? Well, Thor has a huge hammer. What's hers?
Controlling all water. That's a pretty cool power.
Oh,
I
she's
would think.
Aquaman.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Isn't it Neptune? What are you on about?
Ugh.
Ugh.
Quick, somebody else do shout outs.
Yeah, Chitty, over to you.
Shout out to everybody that watched me on the live stream on Thursday. Big up, big up. There are some people watching right now who are there. Thank you so much. Thank you for the new subscribers and listeners on Snooker. I'll be covering more of
We'd like
that.
to apologize for how very disappointed you're going to be in the coming months.
Why?
Because they're not going to get as much snooker as they want. They're
True.
going to hear this twaddle.
Yeah.
Exactly. No fucking snooker.
For people that are disappointed with me doing some snooker coverage and want more of the original YouTube content back, well, you should have fucking watched it because no one did.
Tough shit.
Yeah.
It's a snooker cast now all the time.
Yeah. But there are some arcade bits and bobs coming up. I've edited the next arcade club where we interview Andy about the most expensive arcade machine at the arcade club. I asked him those questions.
Which one would you need to nick?
Yeah, which one? I asked him. He says, if I could nick one today, which one would you? Which one would I nick? And we can't say the answer, Stu, because then they. No. But yeah, so that'll be on the YouTube channel this week. So look forward to that, and then I'll be doing the arcade club vlog. So there's other stuff on there as well, but mainly me playing snooker at the moment, which is fine. If you are listening to the show and you want to play me at snooker, then you can join me this Thursday on the 25th of April, and I'll be predominantly playing on the Xbox, mainly because it didn't work last week. And you can join me and play some snooker with me.
Snooker. Right, that just leaves me, so I'm gonna shout out the listeners as usual because I'm a bit boring, and I'm also gonna shout out God, who doesn't exist by the way, for providing such lovely weather this weekend. So,
it was nice.
It has been lovely here. It's been beautiful. It really is like summer's come early.
It's beautiful.
Well,
and then next weekend,
it down next week.
Yeah, we ordered some garden furniture, but next weekend it's pissing it down.
Yeah.
And then our oven broke.
I know.
Oh no.
Shit on shit.
I'm sorry.
Shit on shit. And that's it really. You know, thanks to everyone who emails or interacts with the show. And all the people.
Everyone!
Yeah. And all the people who are interacting now with Chinny on the YouTubes because of snooker. And the people who subscribe to the YouTube channel whilst we've been recording tonight, because about 3 people have subscribed just tonight.
Yeah.
Just tonight. And now it's 888.
Right.
888.
It works at so many levels.
888. Yeah, there you go.
888.
888.
That's what I had to type in to get the subtitles for my mum on the teletext.
Exactly. 888. And that's it. So I think we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Smooth, man. Smooth.
Yeah. Just seeing what you do.
Something less boring instead. Sitting at home, watch TV, turning up, smoking to me. Why don't you?
There you go.
There you go, people. I hope you enjoyed. That's all the show we got for you this week.
Listen what the DJ's put in the chat. He said, I think you should rename the show Snooker Gamers Podcast and record a version of the 80s novelty song Snooker Loopy.
Snooker Loopy, fucking hell. I remember that.
The only cool novelty song about a game is Pac-Man Fever. It's driving me crazy due to Pac-Man Fever.
No.
Snooker Loopy, man.
No.
Yeah, it is.
That's dumb.
Spot the red and screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, and black. Snooker, Loopy, no. So
was it Chaz and Dave?
Snooker,
this podcast is over.
It was Chaz and Dave with snooker players. That's who. Yeah. Do you not remember the song?
I choose not to think about it.
Yeah, it was a terrible song.
I don't see it as a highlight of the snooker.
I imagine. Weirdly, it probably got in the top 10 in the charts, I think, and possibly number 1 ridiculously.
Wow.
485.
Yeah. But then there used to be a snooker quiz show. Do you remember the snooker quiz show?
Big Break.
Big Break.
Big Break was brilliant.
Which ball should you hit in first?
No, Big Break was genuinely great. It was so good.
And then you used to have John Virgo. Was it John Virgo? It
John
was
Virgo, yeah.
John Virgo's trick shot. It used to be a bit in the middle of the show where he showed you how to do a trick shot.
They should bring it back.
Oh,
great show.
Jim Davidson. It was a terrible show, but it was good. Well, they used to have that and darts. We had Bullseye. For some reason, at one point, it was all like, what the people play in pubs, let's make them into quiz shows.
I fucking love it.
Here's what you could have won, a speedboat in the middle of fucking Yorkshire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a
Oh, yeah,
speedboat
yeah.
in
Like
Birmingham.
Bullseye with less speedboats. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So fuck me, they were the days. Oh
Fuck it,
god.
I used to love Big Break, man. That's so good.
I
I always wanted to go on it. I always wanted to go
well,
on
of
it.
course you did, 'cause you played snooker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what they used to do for the finale. What did they have to do? Because obviously it was like Bullseye, wasn't it? So it was snooker player or whatever. But I can't remember what they did.
That's a snog John Virgo, and nobody would do it.
Is that what happened?
That's it.
Who
That's,
did?
that's the winning prize.
Who
yeah.
knew? But I can't remember. I'm trying to remember now what you had to do to win the
I
show.
don't know. It's just like pot like 15 how many reds you could pot or something in like the time, something like that.
Can't remember.
It was how long you could last before Jim Davidson said a racist joke.
Yeah, not long. Not long.
Yeah. So, but it was the 90s. I mean, it's a different
It was
time.
the 90s. It was well, we had him, and then Jim Bowen was on Bullseye, and he used to be terrible as well.
Well, they're all old school comedians, aren't they? When you know, like you could joke about that kind of stuff, but
The guy in the chat's put as many balls as possible against the clock, kind of like Snooker 19's online mode.
correct.
There you go.
There you go.
That's where they got
That's-
the idea from. They went, you remember that fucking Big Break? That was good fun, weren't it?
Yeah.
Let's just copy that for the online multiplayer.
That's a great idea for a video there, DJ.
There you go. There you go. Right.
It's only a game show.
Yeah.
Gonna be snookering you tonight.
See, you remember the theme tune to that, don't you?
Yeah, I love that one. Cool.
Right, I have nothing else to say on snooker. That's it. I'm snookered
No,
out.
Yeah, you're snookered.
Yeah.
I'm snookered.
Well,
Alright,
thanks for everything, guys. Have a good week,
Yeah, yep.
and I'll talk to you next time.
Peace.
They should have put Jim Davidson on the cover. Snooker 19. That'd be brilliant.
Wow.
Can you imagine? People are like, who the fuck is that?
Well, they didn't put fucking Mark Williams on there.
No, they didn't. Couldn't be asked. Yeah. Should put John Virgo on it. People probably know who he was.
Yeah. Cliff Thorburn. It would be just do an alternative version where you still leave Mark Williams off, but you put Cliff Thorburn,
Steve
Davis, and Jim Davidson, and Jim's not even a snooker player.
I think you should have had Alex Higgins in the middle after everything we said about him earlier.
Yeah.
Alex the Hurricane Higgins.
He was a fucking druggie.
He was always pissed or something, wasn't he?
So
at the
George
time?
Best. George Best was a fucking alcoholic, wasn't he? He's just
Oh
so,
yeah, he
so
was a
talented.
wasted talent. Yeah, wasted talent.
He had about 5
Although-
kidneys in the end.
Yeah, although he did more than Gaza. I think he did more than Gaza ever did. Gaza went off the rails way sooner.
Yeah.
You know,
Gazza's-
because Gaza had
Gazza's-
his moments.
He's another pisshead, isn't he?
Yeah, have you seen him recently? He's fucking well gone.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's just like I think his brain's just half.
It's tragic though, isn't it? Because it's like
Oh,
they're so talented.
He offered, when obviously he crashed his car and wasn't able to do the last 3 episodes of Saturday Night Takeaway.
Yeah.
Gaza offered to step in
Class.
because obviously he's from Newcastle, so it'd be perfect. It'd be
Love
like Ant was still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he offered to step in and fill in for Ant.
I'll just step
on
in,
that.
like, as
Yeah.
nobody would know even the difference.
No, weirdly, they didn't take him up on the offer.
Strange, isn't it?
I know, I can't believe it.
You'd think ITV would snap their arm off, snap his arm off.
You would.
But weird.
So,
Imagine Gaza on the side on X Factor. Be great, wouldn't
Yeah, can you imagine? On Thingy, Britain's Got
it?
Talent.
So what's your fucking talent then, you bastard? I can juggle knives. Oh, I can fucking do that. Gives me a like. Oh shit! Stab yourself.
Yeah, I've just fucking stabbed David Williams in the eye.
What?
Fucking hell.
I'd say one of your talents, Stu, is not accents, is it?
No, it's fucking awful. I hate doing accents because I'm shit at them. They always end up all sounding the same. It doesn't matter where in the country you actually come from. My accents could be anywhere, but not. Where are you, man? I think
I think we lost Duke tonight with all the snooker talk. I think.
I did. I don't think Duke.
I think it broke him.
A, doesn't like snooker, and B, probably doesn't understand most of the snooker talk.
No.
Snooker. But yeah, no, it's good. Like I say, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, on the Switch, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Switch. I'm gonna go Switch.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? Why not? I'm gonna go. So what are you doing for the rest of your weekend then? Anything exciting? I'm assuming you're not working tomorrow.
No, I'm not working tomorrow. I'm going to Stratford. I went to Stratford on yesterday. Stratford upon Avon.
I like Stratford upon Avon.
I love Stratford upon Avon.
I'm always amazed at how many people carry on listening to us just talk shit after the show.
Yeah, I like Stratford, so we went there.
Poshest McDonald's in the country.
Okay, calm down. And then today we had the family round, and just had
and your dad got
a
drunk.
meal, and my dad got drunk and everything, and then tomorrow I don't know what we got. Keisha stopping over tonight, so yeah, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I think I'm probably just gonna chill tomorrow because we've been out too. We had a day today where we had like everybody round. We went out yesterday, so probably just chill out, sit in the garden or something.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We did that kind of yesterday, and half of today, and then Kay's mum and dad came around, so we had a meal here today. So I just sort of chilled.
I thought they'd be gone by the time the podcast started, but like I didn't realise the time. I was like, oh bloody hell, it's 8:30.
Tell you what, man, people want you on the old snooker. Have you seen this Tyrone Prince? Chinny, when you're coming online on Xbox,
I know.
you're playing snooker.
I know. Yeah, I know. But
people are waiting for the snooker. They're like, fuck the podcast, man. When's the fucking snooker coming?
I know. Well, people can play me on Thursday, right? But apart from that, I've been making videos on the stream, on the YouTube channel. I've also got a life that I have to live.
DJ Murgatroyd says mention some more Snooker 19 because I feel like it hasn't been featured enough.
I think that's slightly sarcastic. Yeah. I'll be there Thursday playing snooker on the Xbox, and then you can play me there. But I'm gonna play through the career mode this week. Put that up on the channel.
So is that just playing all the professionals in the game? Is it just starting at the bottom and working your way through the ranks, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess we should go. And stuff.
All right.
Oh, flipping heck. Oh, God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just having a stretch. That's the trouble when I sit too long here. Sometimes I'll get like weird pains and stuff from sitting in the same place for 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just too old to game anymore, man. When you've got to sit in one place for so long.
I know. Getting old, mate.
I know. Well, nearly 50, man. Jesus Christ, that's weird to think that in
nearly 50.
3 years I'll be 50. Well, in nearly 2 years, really, 2 and a bit years, I'll be 50.
I can't hang out with you anymore.
I know. It'll be like it'll be like hanging out with your dad.
Yeah.
Just be weird.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'll be like 50.
No.
Like, it's such a big number, isn't it? It's like 50. How old are you? 50. Fuck me, I'm 50.
Fuck, 50. Yeah, I'm 50. Fuck.
You see, I've never felt or thought of myself as being old, but when I'm thinking like I'm nearly 50, I think, fuck me, that is quite old, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite old.
I remember when you turned 40.
I know.
That's how long we've known each other.
I know, that's crazy, isn't it?
DJ in the chat says you need to play VR snooker. It's good for the joints.
Maybe that's why I've got a VR headset, but not one that'll play snooker.
No.
Although I can play table tennis, which is cool on it.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a bit of table tennis.
You should bring that down sometime. Oh wait, you was going to, and then you fucked it up.
I should do that if I actually could remember to do it. Not just leave it in the middle of my living room after I've set off.
You tit.
That would be useful.
You tit.
Maybe I'll be able to play snooker on Oculus Quest.
Yes.
And that comes out. Maybe there'll be VR snooker on that.
Maybe.
And I can bend over and actually think there's a table there and then fall on the floor instead. Snookertroid. Mentioned snooker quite a lot. So I'm assuming that DJ Murgatroyd is one of the snooker fans who's been watching you playing snooker, I'm guessing.
I'd say so, yes. Yeah. He's just put snooker in all caps, so I'd say he's pretty keen on snooker.
Tyrone Price has put a big claim up there. I'm the best player in the country.
Well, there you go. who am I to say disagree?
Well, we
I
can't
don't-
argue. 'Cause
I
we
can't.
Don't know, do
we can't prove him wrong.
No.
So
We have no idea whether he is or isn't the best player in the country.
no idea.
All we can do is take his word for it.
Yeah.
Take his word for it. Right, I suppose I better go. Let you go.
Yep. We're done.
Yeah.
right.
Before you go, Chinny, though, have you stopped the stream yet?
I will stop it now. Say bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.